Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Could not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They amputated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
Good morning, good evening, good dawn, good dusk, wherever you are in the world. It's guerrilla cricket, and it's the IPL. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully the two people with me might do. Yeah. You never know. Well, certainly Abby does. He's a big fan of the IPL. Nick in the other room's a big fan of the IPL. We do it well because it's cricket, and we love cricket. Although this is just smash bang wallop, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. Every game I've watched so far has been pretty shit.
You missed out on a couple of good ones.
Have I?
Yeah. Couple of run fests, but really
yeah,
close
well,
games.
run fest don't. I want something that's close at the end, Abby.
They were really close.
Not the ones I've watched.
Oh, I think you missed the
KKR. There were a few close ones.
Yeah, probably have been. It's just unfortunately, whenever I'm on, it's a battering by one side or the other. And as we discussed last week, if teams get 230, 240 upwards, it's very difficult to chase that down. Although it did get chased down this year, didn't it? Was it this year? Was it last year or something?
Last year, I think.
Yeah, there was a big one. There was a big chase last year. Which would have been quite thrilling, but yeah.
But against KKR, in the game which had KKR and LSG playing together, I think KKR scored, 230 something, and then LSG lost by 4 runs.
No, that's quite exciting.
Yeah.
I'd have liked to enjoy that game, but yeah, you do one game a week, it's kind of hit and miss. But, that's the way it goes, I suppose. Today we have the RCBs, Virat Kohli, Cam, against the Delhi Capitals, who I thought MS Dhoni paid for his entire career, but I got the wrong town. So there you go. Delhi won the toss, and they have decided that they are going to field. So RCB go in: Phil Salt, Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal, Rajat Patidar, Liam Livingstone, Jitesh Sharma, Tim David, Krunal Pandya, Bhuvi Kumar, Josh Hazlewood, and Yash Dayal. It's not a bad side. And DC go in: Jake Fraser McGurk, Faf du Plessis, KL Rahul, Tristan Stubbs, Axar Patel, Ashutosh Sharma, who we don't have a jingle for, Vipraj Nigam, who we don't have a jingle for, Mitchell Stark, Kuldeep Yadav, Mohit Sharma, and Mukesh Kumar, who we don't have a jingle for. Lots of people we don't have jingles for today. But that's it. What are we expecting to happen? You two know more about this shit than me, so tell me.
Well, RCB is probably the best team in the tournament this year. I mean, they've really been. That's a fantastic lineup. They've been playing really well, and I'm very hopeful they're going to go all the way this year.
They've never won at RCB, have they?
Never. They're the Spurs of the IPL.
And Virat Kohli has played for them in the entire IPL, I believe, hasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oof, got something right. Excellent.
In case you guys missed it, Ruturaj Gaikwad is going to miss the rest of the IPL.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did see
Injury
that.
or something dodgy?
Injury, yeah.
Injury.
Fractured his elbow.
Injury.
Oh, Christ.
Which is about, the most scandalous. It's about the second most scandalous thing about after Trump asking his followers to buy and then reversing his tariffs.
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah, I mean,
MS Dhoni playing as an uncapped player.
I mean, I've been thinking about this. I do trading 212, which is like this platform thing, and I shorted after he said he was going to last week. Made a fucking fortune. Missed his announcement yesterday. I would have bought as well. I mean, anyone in the know over the last couple of weeks, if they were just shorting and longing and putting and whatever it is, the other one, could have made an absolute fucking killing. It's been a joke, man. It's a joke. It's quite scandalous, really.
CSK with Dhoni is as scandalous, in my opinion. Picking him as an
If not more.
uncapped
If
player.
not more.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, they've got all the.
non-capped.
Who I don't even know who the super subs are today. Have they told us on here?
For Delhi, you've got Abhishek Purel, Darshan Narkande, Karun Nair, Samir Rizvi, and Donovan Ferreira. For RCB, you've got Suyash Sharma, Rasik Salam, Manoj Bhadange, Jacob Bethel, and Swapnil Singh.
Ooh, Jacob Bethel.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Karun Nair might come in today when
Yeah.
they're batting.
No, I think Abhishek Purel will.
Abhishek.
It could be either.
Yeah.
But
So DC are batting first, so they'll bring in a batter, won't they? And RCB presumably bringing a bowler.
yeah.
Yeah. It's all so confusing, this super sub bollocks. Right, we're about to get underway. We've got Phil Salt and Virat Kohli out there. I'm going to go under for the fall of the first wicket, mainly because Mitchell Stark is bowling at Phil Salt,
Yeah.
which is usually Phil Salt not getting very many, I have to say.
Tell you what, I'm going to digress a bit. And I'm going to...
you do that.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation on Twitter. I tweeted something like... I was feeling a bit adventurous today, so I tweeted something like... so hold on. Sorry. Let me just put it up. Here we go. Niche Indian players to have played the IPL. I'll start with Tirumala Setti Suman. Go. And then this turned into a huge thread. There were 30 odd players that, so players like Nayan Doshi, Mithun Manhas, Abhinav Mithun, Lakshmi Ratan Shukla, all these niche Indian players who have played the IPL over the years.
Lasted more than a season, most of them? Or they
Yeah, a couple of them played more than 3 seasons.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
not that niche really then, you'd say. But let's have some jingles for the people out
She
there.
played just one, right? For
RCB, I think.
Rajasthan Royals.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, I guess when you get to this level, and it has been going for so long, what is it, 20 years now, and kind of like Premier League, you get people who think people are good, and then they play for the wrong team, they're not very good, and then they go to another side, get put in the right role, and then all of a sudden, they're pretty
Happens
good.
in the NBA as well.
Yeah, happens a lot in the NBA. You get demoted.
Yeah.
I mean, in NBA, if you're not that good, you get to play the G League, which is sort of the mini NBA, something like that. If I'm not mistaken.
Or you go to Canada.
Yeah,
True. Or you go to China.
Opening we have.
Get up on there. So salt, yeah, Phil is here. Want you to push it good into the offside. Skulls runs around the park. There's nowhere you can hide. Push it. So salt, yeah, Phil is here.
Bowling, opening is... And his first ball is driven up to mid-off and there is no run. A little bit of swing, but nothing happening. And the other batsman at the other end, of course, is the man who has his own cameraman.
The Indian sends signals that they'll knock us on her arse. The pitches are prepared without a sign of grass. The score is mounting quickly and they've got a talking lead. We don't mind the challenge, it's the beating we don't need. He lets loose all his shots when the bowlers are fatigued. And we wait to find the match is dead and our doom is for rat. And Davey Warner rides around and says, Colley's the cat, Colley's the cat.
Ooh, that one swings in, and as is the way with Phil Salt, that bat never comes down particularly straight. Gets a fat inside edge onto his pad, and there is no run.
It's at about 45 degrees.
Yeah, well, that's his problem. I mean, that's why he can never do anything. Nick, can you let in Hendo? I'm going to be running out of here very shortly because Hendo is supposed to be here for me. I'm supposed to be on second, but well, maybe we'll switch around.
That was almost a carbon copy of what happened against Mumbai for Phil Salt.
Yeah, well, it happens a lot for Phil Salt. I mean, that's what happens if you don't come down with a straight bat and you don't move your fucking feet.
When you have a bat coming down like that, any left arm fast bowler is going to swing it into your middle stump, right? I mean,
exactly that.
It doesn't take rocket science.
Indeed. Right, Mitch Stark comes in, third ball of the over, bowling it. Phil Salt pulls it.
Oh,
I think
that might be wide. Yeah.
Do you just want to switch?
What were you on?
I was on doing ball by ball next session, so. All right, cool. Was it top edge or was that? It must have been.
No,
it was buys.
It was.
You missed it altogether. It didn't come off his shoulder, no.
No.
It was still.
It was like a foot above his head. I think.
Oh, okay. So it's 4 runs anyway.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bit of bounce going through, bit smile on Phil Salt's face there. Cal Roll's hair looks very lustrous these days. I think it really suits him, I have to say. He's knocking on a bit now, isn't he? How old's Cal Roll? 34, 35? Or is he younger than that?
No, something around that.
That one is nicely carved out through backward point, but there is a man down there for Phil Salt. He'll get himself a single, gets himself off the mark. And RCB, it's 4 wides. It wasn't even buys.
Yeah.
So they move on to 6.
Rahul must be around there. Yeah, must be about 32, 33, I guess.
I mean, still pretty young if you've got Kohli playing at 37.
Yeah, I mean, these guys keep them fit. I mean, that's it. I mean, Jimmy Anderson was playing tests at 40.
For a
wasn't
batter,
he?
37 is not that bad. I mean, they've been
No, that's the thing. I mean, with batters, it's all about the eyes, isn't it? The eyes and the reflexes go off just a little bit.
Tendulkar played for years beyond what he should have played. So.
Yeah, true. Still managed to eventually get that 100th ton, didn't he?
Yes. It was agonising, I can tell you.
That might be though.
It was about 2 years, wasn't it? That one's just dropped into the offside by Cody. Gets himself off the mark straight away.
I'm a diehard Sachin fan, and that was the worst 100 I have watched of his.
Well, he only had to get there, and it was
he had to get
retirement, wasn't it? You know, it's like, phew, done it. It was a 100th test ton, wasn't it? No,
100
international ton.
Yeah.
Can't have been 100th. No one's got 100 test tons, have they? So
No,
can't have been that.
he has 50, I think. 50.
Yeah,
50. And
Yeah.
it was his 100th international 100, including ODIs or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
something
can't
like
remember, something like that. Driven by Salt out into the covers.
I've got
And there is no run.
an interesting story about Sachin 100. Basically, when Kochi Tuskers used to play in the IPL, they had a game at 1KD, and Sachin scored a ton in that, and Mumbai scored about 180 odd in that game. And there was a bowler that played for Mumbai, left arm offie. His name was Ali Murtaza. He lost the game for MI because he bowled 2 full tosses to Ravindra Jadeja back then, and that was the first time I cried over Mumbai Indians.
Oh, you were a young man then,
Yes.
obviously, maybe. Sport gets, yes, I remember crying when City lost an FA Cup final. I was about 6. That one is shoved wide of start, but it isn't a wide. He has a swing, has a miss. Through to keeper, and there ain't no run. End of the first over. Who's doing, I guess you're on
Yeah, socials, yes.
socials.
Yep.
Just hellos from people. I presume.
Yeah, Motley One Eric says, woof, afternoon primates, skin till Monday, so no super chats, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Food
Don't you
porn
worry.
from Messers is in the Discord. Peeps, go and subscribe to the Patreon so you can see it. Love and sausages XX. Farang says, Whipple, square boundaries approximately are 62 to 64 meters straight, 71 to 73 or Oh, I've no idea what these letters mean.
And yeah,
Muttley One Eric says, did I hear the bear right in claiming there's no jingle for Kuldeep Yadav?
no, there's a jingle for Kuldeep Yadav.
Isn't there a what a clever bowler you are jingle?
Yes, there is. No, there isn't a jingle for certain other players, though. From the other end, it's going to be out. Oh, no, it's not. Kohli has managed to get that somehow over the top of backward point, and it's gone down to the boundary. It'll be 4 runs.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary, crossing a boundary.
And the bowler is...
It's plays diverse and as sweet as a slice of Battenberg.
Next ball, Kohli just drops into the leg side. He wants a single, Phil Salt doesn't. And there is no run.
If you can't score runs, then it's the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin. That will
Quite
bring
lucky
some
there, Kohli.
wicked.
Yeah, it was pitched like middle of the pitch.
Yeah, it got up a little bit. It's into his pads once again, knocks it out onto the leg side, and it goes wide of mid-on, but he catches up with it, and they get a single. He moves on to 6. Salt is on 1. RCB a 12 off of the first 9 balls.
You watch Phil Salt a lot more than I have, I'm sure. How does he manage not to get bowled every time he comes out to bat?
Well, he does get bowled a lot when he comes out to bat, obviously. I mean, he does that a lot. If you bowl shit at him, he can certainly hit a long ball, because he's whacked that one, and that was a shit ball from Axel Patel into the middle of the pitch,
I
doing
would have
nothing.
hit that for 6.
Well, exactly. Sat up, said, fucking hit me, and it did, and it got hit into the stand, 6 runs. Yeah, I mean, I don't really rate Phil Salt. He's a low-grade Johnny Bairstow, basically. And Johnny Bairstow's not the greatest, but I mean, there was peak Johnny B. Certainly around the 2019 World Cup, he was good, but that one he's crashed through the offside this time, and it can't be stopped by the fielder down at long off, and it'll be another 4 runs.
It's Nissan She. It's Nissan She.
How have they gotten to 22? Have I missed something?
No, this over has been really quite shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Kohli got the 4 there. He's got a 6 and a 4.
So that's 14.
Fair.
There
Yeah,
was
that's
5
14.
wides in the last over. That one's just played up towards long off. And Kohli was lucky not to get out when he got his 4, but he did. That's Fraser McGurk. Is that the end of the over? I believe it is the end of the over.
Yep.
Over to you, Abby.
Right. Minsk and Boost Clip Corner is asking if the GPL is closed.
No, should be open.
Muttley One Eric replies, you point, I punch. Farong says, we're at camp time. Hope everyone is well. We are doing really well on this sunny Thursday afternoon. Leah says, hello everyone. The RCBs are setting up the playoff disappointment nicely with a very good league stage this season. And Leah continues by saying, I remember crying when Krunal for RCB took the game away from MI and Hardik. I did too. I did.
Stupidly, I set the times wrong. That one is in the block hole, and Salt smashes it back over long on, and that will also be 6. Stupidly got my times wrong. You should find it open now. I've just updated it.
And anything which is in his hitting arc, I mean,
yes,
Salt just going to put away.
That's why he gets picked, and that's why I don't mind him in a T20 side, because, you know, especially at the top of the order, you need a pinch hitter, right? But in ODI, he just doesn't come off enough, and he's not good enough. Ed sliced that one, not going to get out though. It's just dropped inside. No, it wasn't quite 6, dropped just inside the boundary. It'll be 4 runs.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
Phil Salt is now on 22 off 10. It wasn't cleanly struck. It's a bit off the outside half of the bat. But as we said, what, 62, 64 metres square? It's not, not particularly big, is it? Not for professional players.
That's like my uni ground size.
Which is, exactly that. Should be another 10 metres, really. Anyway. Stark in
Oh,
again. That's
that-
hit
oh.
flat-ish. Anyway. But wide of the man at mid-on. It'll be 4 more.
Well, it's a fall for a boundary where here's a rope. The ball don't like it, but it had to go.
And
How's Stark been doing this season?
I don't know.
Topsy-turvy, I would say. He had a really good game.
He got a 5 for it again.
Yeah, he got a 5 for. I mean, yeah, he starts off the season really poorly, and then he sort of picks it up by the back end. That's what happened last year as well.
Well, this is what he said, didn't he? I mean, became a pro in the end game.
Yeah.
I guess you can get away with it in a tournament where how many games does each side play?
14.
14,
Yeah.
Have a few bad games at the beginning of the thing, get yourself into a position, then find your form for the run-in.
Yeah, he's still one of the top wicket takers, I think, for this year.
Well, this over's gone for 14 in 3 balls so far.
Do I smell a wicket? I do smell a wicket.
Well, when you say Phil Salt is always vulnerable. He's not going to stop swinging, put it that way.
You're smelling salt.
Yep.
Woo! And there you go. Is it out?
Oh!
Just wide. Is that faff? No, it's not. I don't think it is faff. I don't know if you got a hand on it, but it was skewed off the outside half of the bat. Either just dropped wide of the man at mid-off, or he managed to sort of palm it on the half volley with not much force. Anyway, it ran past.
Oh, it's a no ball as well.
And it's a no ball. Oh, my God, it's all going wrong. And it's 4 runs. No, I think it hit the edge of the white dot, didn't it, on the 30-yard circle.
Tight call for a no ball.
But it was a no ball as well, so it's a free hit.
Very tight call for the no ball.
Well, that's why you have the guy off the pitch, I guess.
Oh, he's going to change his angle now.
Oh, it's coming around the wicket. I presume that means he can't change the
He's
field,
going to
can
hit
they?
the pads.
Gonna try.
Oh.
Skewed off the top edge. You're going to get 6 for that?
6.
He is going to
Oh
get
my
6.
God.
Top edge 6 over the keeper. It goes from bad to worse for Mitchell Stark here. That's horrific. 6 anyway.
21 in 4 balls.
Woof.
There's many things I want in life, but one of them is to ask me to never win an IPL.
Well, I don't know what you want in life, but something you need in life at the moment is smelling salts.
Yeah.
No, it's 20,
definitely.
20
Given you
25.
just predicted that there was going to be a wicket.
No, he almost got it. Okay, I was close enough. And I still do smell a wicket. Soon, in the next over or 2.
Phil's assault, as they put up on the
Probably going to be
scorecard.
100 by then.
That's fine. I do smell a wicket. Sometime in the game.
You know, yeah, it's like a stop clock, right?
Well, it's all going Pete Tong for Mitchell Stark. It's gone for 25 in 4 balls. It's pretty horrific. It's worse than Joffre. Around the wicket, Mitch Stark into the pads. There's an
Oh, why
appeal.
is he
Fuck
appealing
off.
for that?
It's going miles down leg side. And they
that's
get through for a
desperation.
leg by.
That's pure desperation.
It is. Well, the last 2 overs have been absolute mayhem.
That's a very encouraging captain.
Yeah, I was going to say, is Axar captain?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so. Yeah.
To be fair, he's done quite well. And I think he's one of the smartest cricketers in Indian cricket as of now. Just looking at it, even given his development and everything, he's turned into one of the most important cricketers for India and white ball.
I know, and I don't really get it. I've never really rated him as a bowler.
No, he's pretty good. He's a
Well,
smart bowler.
he's handy in Indian conditions. But I mean, you watch that last over. It's just half trackers basically. Kohli going to get 4 runs here?
I think he is.
I think he is. He's just glanced that off his hip. Might have been a bit of hip as well.
Again, I mean, you're watching the IPL. Everyone's going to get hit.
No, in fact, he didn't get anything on it. It was off the hip, and it's 4-leg bias. I'm not going to give it.
Oh, that's 53 off 3. Oh my God.
God, that's pretty good going. 15, nearly 16 and over, 17 and over,
Yeah.
17 and a bit and over. Crikey, that's good going. Over to you, Abby.
Yeah. And then Leah agrees with me. Monday was a bad day. It always is a bad day. Monday is always a bad day. Minsk and Boost Clip Corner says, thank you, into the GPL now. 392 to 396. Farang says no more yards or meters. The ducket is the new form for measurements. Ducket 170 meters is equal to 1 DHM.
What?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused too.
Well, one ducket is 1.7 meters, I presume. So divide everything by 1.7. Flashed at Zaxar. Rolls one quite wide, quite quick, flat. Outside the off stump assault. Head goes up, misses it. He's clattering along at strike rate 250 roughly. Zaxar Patel. That's into towards the stumps, pretty flat again. He bashes it out to the covers. Gets himself a single.
I think going back to Akshay Patel and his bowling, he's obviously not a great spinner, but in this format he also makes up for the fact.
Oh, that's a great
lapped
shot.
up
Has he
and-
got that all the way? Yeah, it's got
Oh,
all the way.
that's
That's a
6.
fantastic shot from Kohli. He's gone back and just lifted it up over extra cover, but got enough timing on it to plonk it just over the boundary. But 6 it is.
One talk over the line, sweet Jesus. One talk over the line.
Gave himself some room outside leg stump, played it inside out. It's a lovely shot.
That must be 75 meters or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Clips that down to the man short on the 45. They'll get through for a single. So 24 games and nearly 1,000 boundaries. Oh, that's 1,000 boundaries, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Akshay,
Exactly
when
1,000 boundaries.
his
Yeah.
bowling doesn't make an impact, his batting does. So he's really a useful player to have around.
His batting's come along fantastically. I mean, in that in Champions Trophy,
Oh, he's
it's
gone
run out. Phil Salt has run himself out. He's hit it. Well, shit, I didn't have that on. He's hit it wide of the man at cover, but not wide
He
enough.
smelled it.
I smelled it, see?
Yeah,
I smelled salt as well.
yeah. He hit it wide of the man, but he didn't hit it wide enough. And Cody was clearly not going to run.
There was never a single there. He just...
And Salt was halfway down the wicket, slipped, and then couldn't get back anyway. He was probably well short. And he's been run out. Good little innings, though, got to say. A bit stupid to
Yeah.
get himself out, but I guess that's the name of the game, isn't it? And we have to say goodbye.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
Yeah, and let's face it, the crowd don't give a shit about Phil Salt getting run out, but if it had been Virat, there'd have been a big hush. Oh well, 61 for 1, it's pretty bad. That's pretty good going in 3.5 overs. Which brings out, who does that bring out?
Devdutt Padikkal.
That's pretty cool.
Paddock. Oh, I remember watching him when he first came along.
Yeah. He had his breakout season was with the RCB. And then he sort of struggled at LSG. He's back home. He is a native Kannadiga. And we will see him. He's been pretty sort of confusing to talk about, because we can see that there's some amount of talent in him. He's never, but he has his clear struggles.
So wide down the leg side. There was an attempt to appeal there, but yeah, don't know what that was all about. How do you spell his name? Padikkal.
Padikkal.
We got a bloody jingle for him. Why isn't it coming up? That one's played out to the offside, and there is no run. Just put it in dev dirt.
Let me get some messages in. There have been only 2 messages. Jeff Perkins says the Moita has been retired as a unit of measurement. Then, I think that's a reply to Farang earlier on. Farang says, Bear, you're fair from a dismissal and you didn't get on. That jingle comes to mind.
Well, I know, but well. But anyway, this man's come to the crease.
His work is seminal in the realm of abstract law. You'll never see him overruled.
Just face the 1 ball. Kohli will be facing the next. 13 off 7 for Kohli. Fantastic start here. 62 for 1. And 4 overs, 15 and over. Vipraj Nigam, who is, in fact, one of these.
generic IPL guy. IPL guy. Does he bowl? Does he bat? Is he a keeper in a hat? No, generic IPL guy.
He's gonna make my list of niche Indian IPL players in a couple of years.
Okay, good.
But
Well-
I'm sure he's rather hoping he won't be niche.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess they all do. Dream of making it big. Well, is he a leggy? Is that leggy?
Yeah, he's a leggy.
Okay. First ball is clipped by.
And he
Cody
can
out
bat
to
as
leg
well,
side
by the way.
For a
We'll
single.
find out if he can bowl leg spin. So
Yeah.
it's a different matter altogether.
The spinners actually bowl spin in the IPL. They just tend to bowl darts, don't they? Which way they do it.
Well,
There's not a lot of guile required.
A lot of them bowl googlies, though.
Yeah. And they also tend to bowl pretty bloody flat. You know.
Well, that's the only way to bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And into the pads, middle and leg. Well, that's tossed up on the leg side. A little bit of flight anyway, but attempted smash from Padikal, but misses it. Thunders into his pad, but pitched outside leg was going on down past the leg stump as well.
They've slowed down a bit, haven't they? I mean, I say a bit, but like, I mean...
Well, they were going on over 17 and over.
Yeah.
If they carried on like that, they'd get, 340. So that's cut behind square, and there is no run. Which would be a world record, I believe.
Yeah.
Has anyone scored 300 so far?
Was there a game when a pool scored 300, but it wasn't a first-class game, or didn't count
Yeah,
as
but-
international?
That was against Mongolia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are-
Highest
those are-
official score is something like 280 or something, isn't it?
I
played out
did
into leg
Asaris
side.
batted
For
Mumbai for something 270 plus last year. Something like that.
The thing with official scores, the problem is that all these T20 teams have got ICC affiliation now as proper international matches.
That goes on with the arm, and it's just defended back to the bowler by Cody.
So
No
they
run.
just get added to the record, regardless of the fact that someone's playing Mongolia.
Yeah.
and something.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, what do you count as an official? You know, it'd have to be by a top-run team against another top-run team, or, I mean, I guess you'd say leagues are different to internationals.
Hold on, I've got the list here. I'm going to say it after this bowler.
Cut by Cody. Can't beat the man at point. There is no run. It is the end of the fifth. So we do a change.
Yeah, we do a change, but before we go, I'm going to give you the highest total is in T20 Is. So Zimbabwe 344 for 4 versus Gambia. Nepal 314 was for 3 against Mongolia. India 297 versus Bangladesh. So those are the top 3. I think we're due for a change, so I will see you guys later.
Thanks, Abby. Hello. Anindo is staying with us.
Yes, I believe so, for 5 overs. I've got a very early flight tomorrow, so I agreed to be here for the first 10.
Are you in Cambodia?
I still am. I'm flying back tomorrow.
Okay. Mukesh Kumar has 26 wickets, but an economy rate of 10.3. He's coming on to bowl with RCB on 64 for 1. Right arm over the wicket to the left-handed Padikal, who goes on to the back foot and crashes it into the covers, but straight to extra, and there is no run. The run rate at we're coming up to the end of the power play at the end of this over. The run rate is 12.39 an over.
It was 17 and a half until a couple of years overs ago.
A couple of years ago.
They've wrested back control.
I don't know. I mean, I see that was a dot ball, and you see the little tree signal come up, and we were told by Ajit that actually signifies 10 trees being planted. But does anyone check? In comes Mukesh, bowls. Oh, now that rises on him a little bit. He's nothing more than brisk medium pace, but Padikal can't get it away. Now I'm wondering, Anindo,
That's very, very naughty of you, Hendo. I mean, how can you not trust anything the ICC says it does?
I want video evidence of all these groups of 10 trees being planted and where they're being planted. I think that's.
I think they're all in
vital.
Iceland.
In Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe Greenland waiting for Trump to arrive.
Oh, yeah. That's worth talking about another time, perhaps. You just don't know what's going to happen one day to the next, do you? In comes Mukesh, bowls outside the off stump, quite wide, throws the hands of that as Padikkal, but fails to make contact, goes through to the keeper. Now, Nick, who is alongside me, and I were just talking in the green room. Padikkal, I mean, a couple of years in Indo, he was the next big thing. He just seems to have disappeared a little bit. What's gone wrong?
I don't know. I haven't really been following his career. I'm sorry. I'm only a little bit better than Bear when it comes to T20s.
Well, I think we're seeing a slight microcosm of it here. 1 off 7.
Yeah.
It's struggling to get bat on ball.
He was opening, wasn't he, before?
He was, yeah, and then he batted in the middle order a little bit, and now he's at 3.
Mukesh in, bowls. Oh, it's horrible. He's launched that with one hand to Axar mid-on. Horrible mistimed shot. Mukesh may be credited with taking pace
the best
off.
thing he could do for the team.
Yeah, that was a horrible little innings, and as you say, a microcosm of what's going wrong for Padikkal. He's gone for 1 from 8. Yeah, it was a little cutter, and no real foot movement through the hands at it, but was not in control of the bat really, and he's just looped it up to mid-on, and the second wicket has fallen. Are the wheels coming off for RCB?
The crowd says
I guess the crowd won't be.
It's a little early to call that, though.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I'm being facetious, I suppose. Patidar is coming to the wicket, and Mukesh has 1 for none from his 4 balls. Hang on, if he gets a wicket, do they not plant 10 trees?
You'd hope they plant 20, Hendo, but they're not showing any.
No, that's the point, isn't it? That's ridiculous. Well, right-handed batsman coming to the crease now.
That's a very interesting question. I actually don't think they would plant.
No, because I think it's to sort of smooth the loss of action that comes with the dot ball. I mean, it's boring as sin, but at least the environment is being improved. Whereas wickets, everyone's happy anyway.
Yeah.
Apart from the batsman.
Yes. Good point. Good point.
To your point, Hendo, they should maybe have 20 or 30 trees because you're hitting the stumps, which is a dead tree.
Good point. Good point. Where would we be without trees in cricket? Let's be honest. Although Dennis Lilly, of course, would argue with that. Short ball, swifter than Patidar was expecting from his first delivery, and he sort of flinched and ducked slightly inside it, and goes through to the keeper. So good variations here from Mukesh. First time I've seen him bowl. He's a
clever bowler. He's been around for a very long time. He's a really good first-class bowler.
Yeah, well, he's bringing out all the variations.
He's not brisk, is he?
He's not brisk, but you don't necessarily have to be brisk if you've got good ideas.
Quite right.
He is what we would have called medium pacer at some time.
Yes, absolutely. He's in again. Bowls. Oh, he's going to get a return catch, is he? Oh, no, it just dropped short. He got turned around by that. Patidar, maybe with his lack of pace off the pitch. But
53 then a wicket.
Yes, indeed. 53 is a wicket. That's what we like to see. I suppose, I guess the IPL or the ICC were thinking to themselves, sorry, not ICC, BCCI were thinking to themselves, in the IPL, there are very few dot balls, so we won't have to plant too many trees, but not on that occasion. 64 for 2. Nick.
Yeah, Jeff is saying the Murta has been retired as a unit of measurement then. How tall's a Murta? About 5'9"?
Oh no, he's a bit more than that.
Bit taller than that?
Yeah, I think so.
Farong is saying, Bear, your favourite form of dismissal when you don't get on, that jingle comes to mind. Bear missed the run out, did he? Minsk and Boo is saying 14th of November 2024, India 283 for 1 against South Africa. We remember that well. And Jeff is saying if 10 trees are planted in the forest, but it isn't recorded for Hendo to verify.
Absolutely true. Now, start of a new over from the leg spinner, which is drilled slightly aerially by Kohli. Up to long off, Vit Pratchett is, who's bowling.
There have been 73 deliveries, and Kohli's only managed to get 11 of them.
Yep. He's been starved with a strike, but he has had the last laugh in running out Phil Salt. So he was obviously worried that Phil Salt was.
Sorry, that's 37 deliveries. My bad.
In again, crunched by Patidar. That's a really good shot. He was looking to get it further away from Mitchell Stark at long off. He deliberately tried to get it towards extra cover, but he got round. Did the tall Australian and fielded just a single. He's off the mark, Patidar. 66 for 2. Yeah, Kohli was being a little bit outclassed by Phil Salt of all people, but not now. He's leant back and he's lifted that over long on for a wonderful one of these.
Damn! That six is on fire.
Yep, launched that. Good shot.
Raj tossed that up a little bit, so...
Don't think there's any real turn there for him, though, is there? This is full again and driven once more to Mitch Stark, who's in that position at long off. Just a single, 73 for 2.
That's probably the only ball where he tried to get turned.
Yeah, and I think flight's a dangerous tool at the Chinnaswamy, isn't it, with these tiny boundaries?
Yeah, I mean, when you clear the boundary by that much, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Vipraj bowls. That's a better ball, actually. Hurries on to Patidar. Somehow manages to squeeze it away behind square on the onside for a single. 74 for 2. That was Virat Kohli's 1001 boundary in IPL cricket. Now he's top edged that one. Mitch Stark might be underneath that. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. And Kohli goes. Vipraj has the big wicket. And RCB are now 74 for 3.
You silly little boy. What on earth were you playing at? Oh.
Well, he did him in the flight, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed.
He was reaching for it a little bit, and
he kept fighting.
Yeah, that's a shot that is not befitting of Virat Kohli, I would say. It's quite ugly, quite an ugly drive. And although he hit him for 6 earlier in the over, he is gone. Only ended up facing 14 deliveries, made 22, and after 7, it's 74 for 3. Nick.
And we don't have much coming in on the socials. We just have Jeff saying, not a Padikal accelerator. I feel like there's a bit of wordplay there that I'm missing.
Always good to have Jeff along. Yeah, Jeff. Talking of people we don't necessarily hear from as much as we'd like. I spoke to Nestlers this week. And he seems to be working in a place where they just bring in loads of beer late in the afternoon.
Oh, he still is.
Yeah, which is seems
he's
like
been drinking beer there for a while now.
Yep. That's probably why he's not coming in here, because he's getting all his beer there, all free. Now it's Liam Livingstone come to the wicket. What can he do? He's going to be facing Axar Patel, which is not necessarily a good thing for RCB. He's not going to face immediately. It's going to be Patidar, goes onto the back foot as this is fired into the pitch and picked up at extra cover. There is no run. In again. Bit more flight. Oh, he's gone for this. He's gone up in the air. Another wicket is about to fall, is it? No. Brilliant attempt by the man running back from the edge of the circle. It's Faf. I wouldn't like to say he made a faff of that, but I think it was a good effort. There were various players that were interested in that one, but none of them could really get to it. So he's got lucky there, Patidar. It's a similar sort of shot to the way that Kohli got out. It was at full length there.
Almost got that.
Now he's gone for the pull. He's certainly got a lot of height on it. I think he's probably got enough length. He has indeed. That has gone all the way. A much better shot from him. And Axa's gone for 33. He's only halfway through his third over.
It's all happening, Endo.
It is. It's wickets and runs all the time. I think we just saw a figure saying 3 wickets have gone down for 24 runs in 21 balls, which isn't great. They just do need to consolidate a little bit, I think. Axa in, bowls to Patidar, and he forces it, times it quite nicely, but Patel scrambles across to his left to do the fielding. Tall, slim, slender guy, Axa Patel, but a very fine cricketer indeed.
You reckon Patidar is shielding Livingston?
I think he might well be.
Yeah, Axa Patel against Livingston, it's a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? This is forced up to long off for a single.
Trusted him for 1 ball.
Yeah, he's going to keep him from the strike. I'm going to find Liam Livingston's...
That's the proper tail-ender treatment.
Well, he's been in tail-ender form, hasn't he?
Has got a 50 in this year, hasn't he?
But it was a dreadful 50, Hendo. I don't know if you saw it. He should have been out about 14 times.
He and Butler got runs in that game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Butler got 70 odd, I think. Axa bowls. He gives himself a little bit of room and cuts. A diving figure at the backward point, can't get there, but it's only going to be a single because there is protection on the fence. He's off the mark, is Liam Livingston. I'll play a jingle and then it'll be Nick with some what's-its.
I am Liam Livingston. I play for the Lightning. My one-day kit is blue, but for the tests it's white.
And we've got for wrong saying the most trees planted award is Siraj with 68, Khalid Ahmed with 58. So they're not pulling up trees, they're planting them.
Excellent.
And maybe we should have a new cap for that. We've got purple caps, we've got orange caps, maybe a nice green cap for the most balls.
Yes, a green cap. Not a baggy green cap, though.
That can't be 68 and 58. That's 680 or 580, I would imagine.
Surely not in, we're still pretty early in Indo. They've only played, 4 or 5 games?
It can't end in 8 if they're planting 10 trees for every...
Oh, right, you are 68 dot balls, 680 trees, yeah. We haven't had 6.8 dot balls from Siraj.
Kuldeep is coming into the attack, so more spin for Livingston. Of course,
Math has never been my strong point, but
well, you're sharper than me.
I won't jingle him for the time being because he's about to get underway, tossing the ball from hand to hand. Here he comes over the wicket to the right-handed Livingston, who works it away through square for a single. 85 for 3. We're only into the 9th over, so they're going along at 10.41. It is gradually dropping, but still 10 is healthy.
10 is very healthy if they can keep wickets in hand.
Yep, I think that's kind of crucial. I mean, that shot from Patidar where he could have been caught by Duplessis, another wicket then, I think they would have been really struggling a little bit. Kuldeep in, flatter, and Patidar goes back to it, forces up to long on.
I think the idea is to get Livingston on strike.
From a Delhi perspective?
Yep.
I'd agree. Want to be bowling as many balls at him as he can. And I feel big innings for Livingston. He hasn't showed much nuance for England. He needs to show a little bit here and dig in.
In comes Kuldeep, bowls one that does turn a little bit, and he has to keep bat and bat close together. Give him credit for that. Technically, he was adept there in pushing that up to mid-off. Patidar has 12 from 10. Livingston has a couple from 3. Axa Patel loitering there at slip for the googly, and that is the googly, but it's a little bit too short. Livingston pushes into the offside and then has to hurry through, although the throw came into the striker's end, which Patidar was approaching, but safely negotiated. 87 for 3. Yeah, it's a nice idea, a green cap for environmentally friendly cricketers. Short and pulled, and he found the gap, not quite. Good piece of fielding by Fraser McKirk out there, and in fact, the throw came in, and Livingston was well short of his ground. If that had been, I mean, okay, you're not going to get a direct hit, are you? But, if that had been closer to the wicket, and actually the bowler had been thinking about getting there himself, that might have been interesting. But anyway, they've got the 2. 89 for 3. A final ball of the over. Oh, horrible big smash by Patidar. The bails have been taken off by Rahul, but I'm not sure that he's actually appealing for that one. I think they're just walking down to the other end at the end of the over, isn't he?
He was basically sitting on his crease, so I mean, there was no way he was going to be out.
Okay, well, we do get 10 trees from that delivery. 89 for 3 from 9. Nick.
And Jeff has said, not sure we want someone too sharp amongst all those poor saplings. I am sharp enough to get that bit of wordplay. But you're right, Endo. I was thinking with 680 trees planted by Siraj alone, I want to see some evidence. I was going to say evidence of this tree farm, and then I realised the word I'm looking for is forest. So perhaps I'm not a natural fit for a career in broadcasting. But there you go.
I don't know. I think that's a bit harsh. I think you could probably be a very natural fit. Maybe it would be more fun if every dot ball they reinstated a rainforest for every dot ball. That might actually help. I mean, have you heard about the latest climate meeting in Brazil? You couldn't make it up, could you? They've actually built an enormous road through the rainforest to get to the to the place where they're having an environmental conference. It's extraordinary, utterly extraordinary. What is going on in people's minds?
Not much, clearly.
Not much. No. Well, we know that, don't we? You only have to put on the TV, look at the news. The world's gone crazy. Anyway, it looks like we're having a bit of a timeout or a break for drinks. So there's an extended break. Have we got any more tweets to get through?
We do. Farong is saying BRU, who I don't know who that is, wants hemp plants, some to build rickshaws and a slightly different variety that one can smoke.
It's the Bangladesh something union. What does the R stand for? Rickshaw Union. Is that right?
The Bangladesh Rickshaw Union.
Yeah. Stand up for rickshaws. Well, or sit down for them, effectively, I suppose. Well, a pretty good first 9 overs. They've certainly laid a foundation, and it's up to these RCB middle order and lower middle order batsmen to cash in on that. Now, I looked at the table the other day, and Delhi and RCB were right up there, weren't they?
Right at the top. Delhi the only unbeaten side, and I think RCB right on their arse with 3 wins out of 4.
And there we go. So we've already got a top of the table clash going on here, and it's good to see. Good to see. I think a couple of games that I've come in for so far, I've seen Sunrisers being absolutely dreadful on both occasions. So it's nice to see something a little bit different. Anyway, we move on. Is this Moet? Moet is coming into the attack. It's Moet Sharma, is that right?
It is indeed, at the grand old age of, 36?
He's been around, hasn't he? For a while. Is Manish Pandey still playing?
He's still knocking about. I don't think he's getting any game time, thank God. But
right, he's replacing Axar, and he's in. Slightly slingy action. This one is just laid down to third man quite confidently by Livingston. Take the single, 90 for 3. So he's switching his bowlers around. I think Axar came in for just 1 over there, and now Moet is into the action. His first over of the game. Run rate now just dipping below 10, 9.82.
If players like that who are on the verge of retirement, so 20,000 quid, 30,000 quid in the end, leftovers. It's always good to have a few players like that, even if they play a couple of games.
Wide and short and crashed really by Patidar, but Mitch Stark is out there at deep backward point, so it's just a single. We've not had any super chats today. Where are all the super chat people?
Good question, Hendo.
Come on, we only do this for the super chats. To be honest,
the biggest contributors are Jay Grover and Messers.
That's a very good point. Where is Jay Grover and Messers?
I think Messers must be asleep if he's not on.
He wasn't going to be available for today. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, he's got family. He's got lots of family. Moet in bowls. He comes across the crease and then launches a horrible pull shot which skews off the outside edge. That is Livingston all over. He's gone for 4 from 6. and RCB are just letting this slip. I have to say,
Needlessly.
Awful shot.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at?
What an awful shot that is. Really is awful. But there you go. That's Livingston all over, isn't it? Really.
They hit him with all the spinners to lull him into a false sense of insecurity.
It's Ashutosh takes the catch. Not the easiest name to pronounce, but there you go. And striding to the crease is Jitesh. So we're down to number 6 now. 91 for 4. What's the middle lower order like for RCB? I mean, have we got
Jitesh and David, a couple of good hitters.
Oh, Tim David.
But I think they'd rather be coming in a few overs later than this. And they've got Krunal below them who can bat a little bit.
Krunal
Pandya.
Pandya, of course. Brother of
Hardik.
Indeed. So 91 for 4. And bowlers keep coming on and getting wickets in their first over, which is pretty handy from the point of view of the Delhi Capitals. Right, so Mohit 1 for 2. He's going to bowl to the right-handed Jitesh. And here he is, on his way in to the gold-helmeted batsman. Bowls a short one, which rather loops through, left alone by Jitesh, but loops through to the keeper. I don't think he was deliberately taking pace off that one. It just, I don't know, maybe he's not really built to bowl bouncers. But I suppose Jitesh, facing his first ball, decided not to attempt anything silly. So he just has a little look around. The last 28 balls are bought just 27 runs, so that's really only a runner ball, which is not enough. And 3 wickets, 3 of the 4. It all started to go wrong, really, with the run out of Salt, who was going along very well indeed. Here he is again, bowls another bouncer. That might have got too high, I think. Certainly Jitesh is signalling to the umpire at the striker's end. It wasn't signalled by the square leg umpire to say that. Are they going to review that? They've decided not to. How many reviews of wide decisions can you have?
I think it goes in with your wicket reviews, but I really think they should be separate.
Oh, really? It goes in with your wicket reviews?
I might be wrong about that, but I enjoy when players look around really quizzically and then don't review. I mean, he looked like someone had really affronted him there, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm all right."
I think that was a wide personally, but anyway, it's not been given.
It looked like.
Final ball of Aspel. Good delivery on a good length on the line of off stump. Maybe a little bit of pace taken off. Defended by Ditish. He has none from 3. Patadar is on 15. 91 for 4 after 10. Nick is going to take over in the ball by ball chair. Abby is returning. And
see you again.
Thanks, Anindo. We got you later? No, that's it from you for today. All right,
see you, Aninja.
See you Anin, if you see what I mean. And I'm going to let Will in, of course, as well. So it's all change apart from Nick. Hi, Will. Are you there, Will? Earth to Will.
I'm in. Hello. All right. How's it going?
And we're slow on the changeover, but we're back straight into the action with someone working Stark out into the leg side. I believe it was Patidar for a comfortable single. Have we got Will?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, enjoying the sunshine, although it was cold this morning, but it's warmed up this afternoon, and this game seems to be warming up a little bit. RCB off to a fast start, but wickets have really pegged them back. How many do we reckon they can get in these last 10?
Oh, well, I mean, if they don't get another kind of 100 or so, they're really done.
As Stark is back again over the wicket to Jitesh. It's short and he defends it right to his feet, so there's no run there. Yeah, I agree, Will. I think they would have been looking 200 plus in excess of 200 when Stark was going great guns. I think now they'd settle probably for something around the 200 mark. But looks a decent batting pitch. Small boundaries might not be enough. What do we reckon?
The way things are going, I think if they lose another couple of wickets, they might be thinking of bringing Jacob Bethel in, give him a run at things. Doubt. The thing is, these two will have to bat at least until the 16th, 17th over if they wish to get anywhere near 200.
Absolutely. You don't want David coming in too soon as Jitesh misses out on a wide, juicy full toss. It's a fresh air swipe. So nothing quite going for RCB at the moment.
Yeah.
When do you guys reckon they'll want sort of David to come in and do his sort of smash and grab?
16th or 17th over?
Yeah, I would have thought nowhere before the 15th. If he can bat 15 balls, he can do a bit of damage. So, I mean, they might, if they lose another wicket, think about promoting Krunal or bringing in an impact sub. Stark is round the wicket to Jitesh, who opens the face and glides it down to third man for a single. I mean, the boundaries have really dried up. I haven't heard that jingle in a long time. There's more trees being planted than are being pulled up by RCB's batsmen. And I've got to say, I think 200 looks a long way off from here.
Yeah, I can't see them getting 200 if they carry on like this.
I think the one thing they've got going in their favour, I guess, is Stark's now into his third, and you'd probably fancy a bit of Mukesh and Moe at the back end. Stark moves over the wicket to Patidar. It's the same result, glided down to third man for another single. Just 3 off the first 5. RCB are 94 for 4 with 1 ball of the 11th remaining. And we're getting a glimpse of Livy's wicket again. It's been a real low light reel of ugly dismissals. That was a horrible swipe, as was Kohli's, and Padikal's sort of flop to mid-on was possibly the worst of the lot. Stark back round the wicket to Jitesh. I don't know why he's switching up, but he's obviously seen something. It's a Yorker that's dug out straight to the man at point. They're just going to get through. No, I don't think they did brave a single there. So it's just 3 from the over, 94 for 4 after 11. We got anything on the socials, Abby?
Yeah, Stephen Kirk says, good afternoon all. Can I just say that supervising exam inspections is far less fun than listening to guerrilla cricket? Well, I mean, you don't need to say that. We all know that because guerrilla cricket is fun, inherently. And has the lad bowled yet? Jeff Perkins says, maybe the matches are just played too late in the day for the Sunrisers. True, they play at sunset, so... And Leah says, does anyone here remember Storm Comics recently found a collection at a yard sale and have been on a nostalgia kick? Speaking of comics, I'm a huge Asterix and Obelix fan.
Are you?
Yeah, huge. And Tintin, obviously.
Gotta love a bit of that. Gotta love the classics. I don't know Storm, as it's Mohit to continue, I believe. He bowls short to Patidar, who pushes out to the man on the offside fence for a single. They're dealing in ones and dots at the moment. Jitesh is 1 from 7. Patidar's got 18 off his first 16. So, as much as they need to keep wickets in hand, someone's got to find the fence sooner or later.
Yeah.
Storm's the publisher from the sort of like mid-90s. It was a kind of more or less indie publisher, I think.
Okay, that's my era. My wheelhouse for comics. I would have been, 5-6-year-old lad.
Have you dabbled into Tintin?
A little bit.
Okay.
As Mo hits in again over the wicket to Jitesh, it's full and it's pushed to the man at mid-off. They scamper through for a single. Direct hit might have been close, but it missed the stumps. So Jitesh has doubled his score. He moves on to 2. No, I don't know Tintin massively well. I watched the movie.
No.
Which I've got to say I didn't love.
It was pretty good, but it was a culmination of about 2 to 3 books.
Okay, they blended a few together.
Yeah.
Yeah, direct hit, he might have... Ooh, it would have been very close. I think he might have just been home. Akshar had his head in his hands and a pained look on his face. As Mohit continues to Patidar, he's conceded just 4 from his first 8 deliveries. He jogs to the crease. He's wide on the crease. It's short, but Patidar can't beat the man. It's short extra. There'll be no run there.
If you want to get really nerdy in the comics, I've got quite a sort of lengthy theory of disability according to X-Men.
This is some deep comic book stuff.
Things I could never get into the...
It's very kind of in the weeds, kind of socio-political, kind of weird, and then nerd as well. It's great.
As Mo hits back close to the sumps this time, a little bit wider, and Patidar gets some bat on that. It's not off the middle of the bat, but it scampers away to the boundary. And we are having the first one of these in an absolute fucking age. I can't even find it. Here we are. So maybe that just might get RCB going a little bit. I wonder what you guys think of this. I think it's looked a fairly decent pitch for batting, and they've just batted really poorly. Or I wonder if it's maybe slightly too paced, not coming onto the bat as much as the batters might like.
No, here's my simple explanation for it. Phil Salt played well today. That's the explanation. Because when he doesn't play well, all the other batters step up to the plate. No, I'm kidding. They just have batted very poorly. They have not capitalized on the start they got, and lost wickets at crucial points, and everything just slowed down after that. And then they have left it's left up to Patidar and Jitesh to salvage things.
It's a real repair job as Mohit stays short and Patidar works into the leg side for a single. So yeah, I mean Mohit, he's bowling 130. There's not a lot of change-ups. The slowest ball's 129, the fastest 135. So he's just sticking to his plan, isn't he? Back of a length at what we might call a bit more than military medium.
Yeah. They'll have to adapt to the lengths he's been bowling. They haven't as of yet.
He stays hard length, but there's a little bit of width, and it's a lovely looking shot from Jitesh, but he finds Stark, who's riding the offside fence, so it'll be a single to end. 8 from the over. It's a decent one from RCB. They're 102 for 4 after 12.
I'll dabble into some messages. For me, Leah says, Abhi, may I recommend another Franco-Belgian sci-fi classic? Check out Yoko Tsuno. I will. Thanks, Leah. The author worked for Urge early on. Farong says, RCB probably 15 runs off the required RPO. Pitch is solid. No real threat to the batters in terms of movement. 190 minimum. Cement dust always applied at Bangalore. Correct. It's just no real threat. I agree with the point. No real threat to the batters. That's in case Phil Salt or Virat Kohli don't play for you and they don't suffer a brain fade.
Well, yeah, I think 190 minimum, I agree, and I think Delhi would be favourites with a score of 190 as Kuldeep is back into the attack, going to bowl some of his left arm wrist spin to the 2 right-handers, so I reckon we expect to see plenty of googlies here. And perhaps not much flight. He starts over the wicket, it's straight and it's on the pads. That looks pretty good. The umpire's finger has stayed down and KL and Kuldeep are in conversation. Aksar's getting in on the act.
He's going to take it. He is going to take it.
He's spinning the ball in his hand. It looks straight to me. I wonder if... I mean, I think it was the googly. He's taken the review. I think the question is whether it might be going on straight and missing the off stump, but it looked pretty good.
I think it's umpire's call.
Could well be an umpire's call. Who was it that was out? Josh Butler was out on yesterday. The one that looked like an umpire's call to me, but it just had a smidgen enough to be hitting, and I was betting on him for over, I think it was 48 runs. I lost that one, as I seem to be losing most of them. But that has, I don't think there's any bat involved, although it's passed close to the bottom edge. I think you're right, Abby. This looks like an umpire's call at best to me.
They should make me an umpire.
Well, there's a good game you can play online that a mate of mine sent to me with old decisions, and you have to choose out or missing. And it's amazing how much is going over the top that looks absolutely plumb, or plumb to my eye as well, but I'm a glasses wearer at the best time. Oh no, it's hit him right on the outside of off stump line, so it's umpire's call. Maybe Abby has a career in umpiring after all.
Yeah, I'm really glad I've never had to umpire anything.
No, I'm really bad, Will, and even
I'm
at
so terrible.
even at sort of Sunday cricket level. And then, you know, and I get guilty. I'm a people pleaser. So the bowler starts to look at me going, what's wrong with that? And I'm like, I'm really sorry, mate, but I just thought it was slightly down the leg side. I can't stand it. I'm marginally better manning the scorebook, although my favourite is just being sat with a beer and a cigarette on the boundaries edge, not having to do an awful lot. Kuldeep continues on the wicket. Oh, and that's straight off the top edge of Jitesh. KL Rahul is under it for the easiest catch of his life.
There goes my parlay.
RCB are 102 for 5. They are floundering in deep water, and I am going to give Jitesh Sharma an unfortunate jingle.
Silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at? Oh!
Well, it's another one for the ugly wicket collection. That one, it was another googly from Kuldeep. It might have just gripped a little bit in the pitch and bounced. And, I mean, he's got a message for the incoming batter, but I think it should be played better shots than I've been. 3 off 11. It was another pretty tortured innings. And this RCB effort, having got off to a great start, is now floundering as Krunal Pandya comes to the crease. Let's see, I think he should have a jingle, and he does. It goes a little something like this.
If Krunal Pandya directed a Star Wars movie, would it be any good?
It's an absolute Mog classic of a jingle. So we got the left-handed Krunal on strike, got a left-right combo. Tim David has been delayed, but no sign of an impact sub. So, where are we? 8.1 to go, 102 on the board. They're going to need something special here to get themselves up to a par score.
Yeah.
Looks to me like
going
to have to be big, and looks to me like the sort of chase that KL Rahul will be licking his lips at the prospect of.
Yeah, surely.
Kuldeep stays over the wicket to the left-hander, and it's just pushed into the offside for no run. So 3 dot balls and a wicket through the first half of this over. Krunal might need to do the sort of thing that his brother did on Monday night. What was he hard? It was about 35 off 7, wasn't he?
Yeah, 33 off 7 he was. Yeah. That was crazy.
Remarkable game. As this time it's a bit shorter from Krunal. It's the leg spinner. Sorry, from Kuldeep bowling to Krunal, who gets onto the back foot and punches it to the man on the offside fence for 1. We have Patidar back on strike. He's 23 off 19. He hasn't really got going in the way that he can. And he's just going to work Kuldeep to the man at backward square leg for 1.
The funny thing is, he is probably one of the best spin players of spin in the IPL. And he just hasn't got going, has he?
No, so, I mean, that one from Kuldeep, I think really did grip and got extra bounce, so maybe there is just a little bit something in this pitch that we haven't seen once the ball's got a bit softer.
Yeah.
Krunal back on strike. That one's full and it's flighted. It was a tempter, but he resists the bait. He just pushes it to the man at long off for a single. 3 runs from the over and a wicket. RCB 105 for 5 after 13. And we got anything coming in on the socials, Abby?
Just the one message. Farong says collapse is on. Of course it is. When RCB are playing, it's always on.
Collapse is on indeed.
I shouldn't be saying that. I support Mumbai. So we have been collapsing since 2021.
I think, well, what? Tim David, if he comes in and he gets 20 balls and he can... he's going to need more than 40 to get him up to something decent, isn't he? He's going to have to go great guns. I think we're looking at Delhi now, really solid favourites. What do you reckon, Will?
Yeah, I mean, unless something mad happens, they have to be, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, Hazelwood's been great in the power play, so I guess you're looking at maybe power play wickets can derail them, but you think when you're chasing a fairly small total, there's a bit less scoreboard pressure, so you've got that time to bed in a little bit.
Yeah, so that kind of negates Hazelwood anyway, because you can just be more careful.
Yeah, and I think with RCB we've seen that if you can get through that opening spell of Hazelwood and Boothby, there's a bit of a drop off in quality from their change bowlers. And I like Delhi's batting. Jake Fraser McGurk hasn't gone great.
Yeah.
But the rest of the lineup I like. I'm surprised they haven't brought in a player to replace Harry Brook. I thought that either Jewel Brevis or a guerrilla favourite, the Duckette, would have been really good options to give him a bit more top order ballast, but they seem to have gone without a replacement.
I mean, if that just says I think they planned for his departure in case he chose not to play, because if they had said, oh, we are banking on Brook to play the IPL, and he's a sure shot player in our starting 11, then once Brook announced his decision to not play the IPL, they must have gone like, oh, okay, we need a new player. But no, I think they just had prepared for it early on, and they were fine with their squad.
Yeah, they seem to be fine with what they've got, which I'm slightly surprised by, given Jake Fraser McGurk's recent form and the fact that Faf is now into his 5th decade on earth. He's the fittest 40-year-old in the world, though, by the looks of things, scampering around in the field, still finding the fence on a regular basis, and it looks like we've got ourselves a little guerrilla timeout, so we've got about 5 minutes to fill for the supposed 2.5-hour break. Whereabouts are you based, Will? You up north or are you down south?
Oh, I'm West Country.
You're West Country neither. How's the weather looking there?
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
like fairly kind of like just blue skies, really.
Blue skies.
Sort of like 17ish.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. Although I've got to say I was caught out a bit. It was cold this morning when I first got out, and then I was absolutely baking down. But I've got my first day at the county championship tomorrow down at the Oval, which I'm very much looking forward to. Hopefully a bit of sunshine as Mukesh Kumar is back into the attack. He's round the wicket to the left-handed Krunal, who hooks the man at short mid-wicket. Was almost in business, but it's just cleared him. It was Donovan Ferreira leaping like a goalkeeper, leaping like Emi Martinez last night, who was under pressure from all sorts of angles. I don't think he quite got a fingertip to it. Oh, he was close though, but Krunal just had enough elevation on it to clear it. It wasn't out the middle of the bat, came right off the toe end, but he survives.
Is that Donovan Ferreira?
It is indeed. I wonder if he's playing today. I didn't get a look at the 11.
He's in the impact subs.
He's okay, so he's just out on the field. Okay, well, they got back for 2, so Krunal's moved on to 4, and this time he's got an inside edge. It's beaten the stumps. It won't beat the man coming round at fine leg, who is called deep. And so they'll just take 1 there. 3 off the first 2 balls of Mukesh. Oh no, they've got back for a second. So 4 off the first 2 balls of Mukesh is over. By RCB's standards at the moment, it's a profitable one.
They really need Patila to come to the fray. They need a captain's innings from him. Something, just to inspire them, just to give them a little bit of momentum. Just going into the innings break, just to say, hey, we can, you know.
Yeah, just a couple of sixes to kind of stem the tide of. And it's short again from Mukesh. It's worked really nicely by Krunal, but it won't beat the man at third. So there's just 1 there. He opened the face. It was a shot of guile rather than brute force. But yeah, Patidar 24 off 20, Krunal 7 off 6. So you have to say, since Phil Salt was run out, no one's really found any timing, been able to strike with the kind of intensity RCB would have liked.
Yeah, that just shows, you know, how crucial wickets are when they come in a clump.
Absolutely.
Especially after the third over, I thought they were bang on for 240 plus.
Yeah, well, the betting line had them, I think, over 235, but they were stopped dead in their tracks.
Yeah.
As Mukesh goes over the wicket to Patidar, it's full and it's straight, and it's worked to the man at deep backward square for 1, so still no boundary for RCB. 6 off the first 4 balls of Mukesh's second over. 111 after 13.4. They really do have to get going.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're at the stage now, Will, where I think...
Oh, no, I was just going to say, you've got to go into the break with energy, because you can't let that dressing room drop. Because if you go in and the dressing room's kind of quiet and then that's going to lead into the second innings.
Absolutely, and I think we're at the stage now as Mukesh stays over the wicket to Krunal. It's short, but it's just pushed for no run. You know, if you're 10 and over from here gets you to 170, I don't think that's going to be enough, and I almost feel that it's all or nothing at this stage, because 130 or 170 doesn't make a huge difference. You might as well go out in a heap in the quest for a competitive total, unless we've completely misjudged this pitch and it's much harder to bat on than we think. I mean, certainly the runs have slowed down post power play, so perhaps once the ball gets old, striking's not easy out there. Interesting to see how Tim David gets on, as this time Krunal pushes it down. It almost beats the man at mid-off, but it's a great bit of fielding, so that'll keep him just to a single to end the over. 7 from it. RCB 112 for 5 after 14.
No new message on socials, so we're all good to go.
Okay, yeah, we've gone quiet a little bit like this innings, and I wonder whether we might be seeing our third retired out in the space of a week, because I reckon they want Tim David at the crease pretty soon.
In my opinion, Krunal has about 10 to 11 or 12 balls to just go ham.
Get going.
Yeah. He has to score at least 20 in them, 20 or 20 upwards of 20 in them 12 balls to justify staying on the crease.
I agree. Well, as Kuldeep is back in for his third over, 14 and over from here gets them to 196, so I think that's about where they should be looking, but it's going to be a tall order to get there as Kuldeep starts with a dot. And I have seen Krunal play some really explosive innings. One really sticks in my mind on ODI debut for India, and this time he's down the track. He pumps Kuldeep straight over his head. It's a much needed 4. It's been a while since we've seen one of those, so long that I've lost the jingle, but here it is.
If you kids can't listen, and you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
That was my friend. Sorry guys, she was calling in from back home.
Back home?
Yeah, she didn't realize I was working.
Loving the cricket so much. But that was the intent that we want to see from Krunal. He got down the pitch and really got to the pitch. The ball made a good connection. This time he rocks back and plays a pretty flowing shot, but it doesn't get it out the middle. It's just a single to the man at mid-on, bringing Rapa, the captain, back on strike. So let's see how he looks to play Kuldeep. I think you're right. We're coming to another gorilla timeout, aren't we, Will? And they'll want to go into that with a bit of momentum. So maybe we might see the maximum, which has gone missing for about the last 10 overs. It's wide from Kuldeep. It's a googly, and Patidar can't get anything on it. He was looking to go big over extra cover, but he's ended up missing it by, I think, about 6 inches. That lovely googly out the back of the hand from Kuldeep, and he's got nowhere near it. KL takes the stumps, but once again Patidar is in his crease. The foot doesn't raise, so there's no danger there. And he swung again. This one's gone a mile straight up in the sky. KL Rahul is underneath it for his second sitter of the night. Kuldeep has his second wicket. RCB are 176 in absolute all sorts.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says, you're out.
Well, the intent was there from Patidar. He definitely flicked a switch and started to swing his arms at everything, but once again he was nowhere near the middle of the bat. It skewed off the top edge, and KL Rahul was right underneath it. The kind of catch which looks very easy, but when the ball is hanging in the sky, even with those big gloves on, I wouldn't have been enjoying myself out there, but he hangs on. There's no dramas, as there shouldn't be for a professional international wicketkeeper. And now, with 1 over of the 15th to go, we see big Tim David coming to the crease.
Here's my take about Tim David. I do not like him.
I remember this, Abhi, as a Mumbai fan.
I do not like. He started off as a baseball player, if you guys didn't know, in Singapore, and he clearly looks like one because the guy can't hit anything that bounces. So I and him tapping that RCB badge after he beat us, it's sort of. I mean, playing for a loser franchise, I don't know what he's going to achieve there. I just don't want him to do well. Nothing personal against the guy. It's just.
Sounds like there is a bit.
It does sound like it's getting a little bit personal. Well, he's a big lump, and he's having a better season in the red than he was having last year in the blue. As he faces the last ball of Kuldeep's over, he's not a particularly convincing player of spin. He rocks back, defends that one for no run. So 5 and a wicket from Kuldeep's third. RCB 117 for 6 after 15. And I reckon we are due a little change, aren't we? Bear's coming into... No, Hendo's coming into the hot seat.
Yeah.
Bear is going to summarise, and I am going to be on the socials somewhere in between them all. I can stay here and do the jingles, Bear.
I think you could have stopped him. He's not a convincing player, and that would have been still fine. Anyways.
Well, he can slam pace. The disaster of an innings has sent Hendo onto the beers as well. He's...
Careful. Do you reckon you can change that picture?
I think I've just about got that in my locker, Bear. I've never done this before, but I'm assuming it is this one down here. Am I right?
Yeah, and then if you put the one where the zoom pictures are, if you put it onto the far left on the blank, that's the one, and then press the arrow to send it over.
Arrow there?
Next to the yellow block in the middle.
Lovely.
A single there for
Perfect.
Krunal, because Vipraj is bowling, the leg spinner. Got rid of Kohli, didn't it, I think? And actually, that run out of salt, and you've got to blame Virat for that, in my opinion. As he just started coming.
And then said no.
And then just stopped. And poor old Salty was... he must have been feeling a bit salty by the time he got back. In he comes, bowls to Tim David, who is renowned as a big hitter, but he's a little bit timid with regards to that first ball. There's no harm in having a look. I think sometimes players don't do that, especially when you find a team in this sort of situation. They've now got to look at getting 150, 160, really, haven't they? But he can hit a very mighty long ball. He goes back to this one, forces off the back foot. It's a lovely shot, actually. It's going to get him one, thinking about a second, but deciding against it. 119 for 6. Now, what were they?
They were 65 for 1 in 3 point something overs. So they've literally scored less than 60 runs in the following 10 overs.
And then, of course, with Delhi having had a good start to this season and knowing what they've got to do, they don't have to go too hard necessarily. Onto the back foot goes Krunal. He's beaten by that one. It hurries its way through. Well taken by Rahul.
The sort of chase tailor-made for KL Rahul, I reckon.
I love KL Rahul.
He looks great with his new hair.
It's good haircut, that, or lack of haircut.
Seems to be a bit of a fashion in India at the moment amongst Indian cricketers. Slashes at this one bounce to, is that Kuldeep? At short third man, the throw comes in and prevents them getting a single. The run rate slips down to 7.52. 10 more trees are added to the imaginary forest.
Do you think it's all in one place, so therefore they can easily count the trees? Or they're spread out in certain areas?
I think it's a con, personally.
Could well be.
I don't believe it until I see it. Vipraj in to complete the over, bowls onto the leg stump, and that's nicely whipped away. Trying to find the gap between deep mid wicket and long on, but Mitch Stark gets round. He actually gets a direct hit in from long on rather, and they get back for 2. End of the over, just 4 from it. 121 for 6, only 4 to go. Nick.
And we've got Farong saying at the start of this over, 30 remaining, current score 117, and the target will be, I reckon the target will be something shit. What do we think?
Well, I went under 171 and a half, and I thought that was a bit dodgy, but now...
I don't hate that, Bear. I reckon 165.
I think it'd be lucky to get 165. It all depends. If they don't lose another wicket, they could still get 170, but I'm assuming they'll lose. The way they've been batting, someone's going to spoon one up in the air.
Well, it's really down to Tim David, isn't it? He's the big hitter out there.
Krunal's a big hitter as well, isn't he?
Krunal can slam a few, but I don't think David particularly likes facing spin, and he's got another over of Kuldeep to negotiate, and I wonder if they might keep riding the spinners deep, because I think Mohit and Mukesh look a bit hittable at the back end.
Oh, Kuldeep over the wicket to the right-handed David, who goes back, giving himself room, plays quite a nice shot out into the long-on region. Will they get back for 2 there?
I think so. It's Fraser McGurk.
No, just a single. Fraser McGurk was running around.
Well, Stark's got 2 as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to go back to Stark, are they? Because he will come off the bat much more quickly than anyone else. And in fact, his first 2 overs today were quite expensive. Of course, it's not the power play now, but if Tim David gets hold of a couple, he could do some damage. Kuldeep into Krunal. That one comes back into him slightly. The pitch he is. All he can do is whip it away for a single into the leg side. Kuldeep Yadav is a highly talented bowler. Really seems to be in control of his game these days. And full of confidence. 2 for 15 into his final over into David. David goes back, this one turns into him, and he works it onto the onside. It's only going to be 1 again. Fraser McGurk brought into action from deep mid-wicket once more. 3 singles from the first 3 balls. They need a couple of big hits to create some momentum. First 3 overs, 53 for none. Next 13.3 overs, 71 for 6.
That's appalling.
That's not good, is it? That's thrown wide, but Krunal goes after it when he might have left it and picked up the single for the extra, but he's got a single from the bat. He goes to 18 from the 17, 125 for 6.
It's one of my pet peeves, that, and we see it so much, players chasing after balls which are wide and then not getting a hold of them.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when it's that wide and it's coming off the pitch quite slowly, that's a good googly from Kuldeep, which completely foxes David. He was going back to that. He was going to try and work it into the onside again, but well and truly beaten outside his off stump as that nipped away. Here he is again. Bowls to David. David gets in behind that, wants a single onto the onside. Kuldeep will chase it down, prevent it, and 10 more trees go into the imaginary forest. 20 trees from that, 4 singles. Kuldeep finishes with 2 for 17 from his 4, 125 for 6 from 17.
Plenty of trees being planted, but the dot balls seem to be putting our Gorilla listeners to sleep, and we got nothing in on the socials, so the 3 of us will just have to chat a bit of rubbish between
Well, also, we've had no super chats today.
Where are they?
Not a single super chat.
Super chat. And we only do this for the super chats.
And it's the best jingle.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you not want to hear a super chat? Stark has 1 over to go. I don't think he's going to be brought back. None for 35 from his 3. Indeed, Vipraj will continue his final over into Krunal, who's gone after that one. It's looped up in the air. He's going to be caught.
This is appalling.
Very easily indeed at backward point. How many players have fallen in that way today? 3 or 4, I would say. 125 for 7.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, they just can't deal with the spin. I mean, it's not just England. It's a lot of batsmen against good quality spin in this form of the game.
That was appalling. I mean, there's been, so now they're 73 for 7 in those 14 overs. 14.1.
And all of them caught?
All of them caught, yeah.
Well, it's the great Bhuvi Kumar who's coming to the crease. I love Bhuvi Kumar. We'll see him bowling, no doubt, shortly, but he's got some batting to do. He's a decent batsman, but he's not a big hitter. He's taking guard. Vipraj 2 for 16 now. Run rate down to 7.28. It's going to be another bear game.
It's certainly looking that way.
Pop-up Thursdays are not really bringing the best action. It has to be said.
Chosen wrong day of the week, Hendo.
Yeah. What should we have done? What should we have done? We did a Saturday. Was that any better? I know the opening game of the tournament, I think it was. Vipraj in again. Onto the front foot comes Bhuvi and plays.
That was a bit of a stinker as well, wasn't it? The first Saturday.
I can't remember, to be honest. This is defended into the offside.
Yeah, who cares what happened in the last game?
I can't remember what happened in any game.
I don't think we've done a good one yet.
Nope. Vipraj in bowls. Kumar almost pushes this back into the hands of the bowler. It drops short. Another dot ball. I mean, actually, don't mess around. Just go for it now. I mean, I don't think, if you're not going to pick up singles at least from balls. In again, goes back. He is going to pick up a single this time through the vacant square leg region. Axar goes across the field from mid-wicket. And it could be that there's just not much pace in this pitch, but against the spinners, and certainly there's been a little bit of zip and a little bit of movement from those that really do turn it, like Kuldeep. But the thing for Delhi Capitals is they can pace themselves in this chase, you would think. In comes Vipraj again, bowls to David. He's going to take a single. This is forced out to the edge of the circle at extra cover. He's got 4 off 8. That's not what they paid, however much they did pay for him for. He's going to have to hit a couple of big shots very soon indeed. Final ball of the 18th. Final ball of Vipraj, and he turns that past the outside edge of Booby. That was a cracking delivery. Really was. It was worth more than 10 trees, that's for sure. He finishes with 2 for 18, 2 remaining, 127 for 7.
And what have we got on the socials? Will is saying, anyway, about my X-Men theory. Quite right, Will. When you're back on air, I think that's what we need.
What's his X-Men theory?
Well, we haven't heard it yet, Hendo, but something about X-Men. And, I mean, we could do with some sort of entertainment, because this innings is lulling me into a sort of afternoon siesta.
It is. It's gone from the sublime to the ridiculous, hasn't it? First 3 overs were brilliant. First 4
going back to another over a spin. Yeah, clearly they don't want to put pace on the ball.
No.
Yeah, and I think they know that David can't really hit it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be Axar Patel, captain, into David, who's got to go for the big one. He does go for the big one, and he's just about got it. I think that's a maximum 6.
Got hold of that
very
one.
flat indeed. Can we have a maximum jingle? That would be...
Yeah.
If you can find it.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, I've got 2 going at the same time.
Do it just the once. Just the once.
Just the one.
Be on the bounce, smack it in the air.
Now that was much needed. 133 for 7. David into double figures with that one stroke. But he needs to hit 2 or 3 more of those.
And apologies all for the awful cacophony of my rookie jingle moment.
It's fine. The thing is that Axel kind of bolts it into the middle of the pitch, so it's more like slow medium pace. So I'm sure Tim David won't mind this as much as someone who gives it a little bit of air.
This one's outside the off stump, and he chops it hard, and he's found the gap again. Out to deep backward point. I guess the cover fielder was too square, and that's good placement. 137 for 7.
The number of the day. Who could ask for more? The number of the day is 4.
Well, now 150 becomes paramount, really. He's in again outside the off stump, cuts it this time a little airily, but short of the man at backward point, but straight to him. So a dot ball again. Axar's been expensive. He's gone for 45. Hasn't taken a wicket.
That's because he's bowling shit.
He's in again. He floats this one up, and David says, I'm going to go all over that, and lifts it beyond long off, 15 metres back. It's another of these. It's a funny old game, isn't it, Greavesy? Because it's amazing. Just a little bit of momentum suddenly. Chops this one. Doesn't get anything much on that. Straight.
He's just bowling the wrong line, really. I mean, he should be bowling it darts into the pads. Look, he might pick you up, but equally, he might just bang it out to deep mid-wicket for a single.
51's gone for it. That's a wide one, which... Again, it was another one that had he left alone, he probably would have got an extra for it, but He's chopped it out to the cover boundary, taken the single. At least he's kept the strike, David. He's got 21 from 14, 144 for 7, last over upon us.
And we've got Messrs checking in saying, guys, just checking in from the bush, a totally different match is being streamed on the website and TuneIn.
What? Oh, fuck, I forgot to turn that on, you know.
Jeff's asking, is it a more interesting game at least? We hope so.
It's last week.
Oh my goodness, those people listening on TuneIn are suddenly going to get an enormous surprise, aren't they?
What the fuck is going on? Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Well, I'd like to say welcome to those people on TuneIn who've been listening to last week's game for 19
The question is,
overs.
did you know the fucking difference?
Well, probably not. So I can tell you it's the RCB v the Delhi Capitals from Bengaluru, and RCB batting first, 144 for 7 with 1 over remaining. Mukesh is going to bowl that final over, 2 overs, 1 for 7. And Tim David is at the crease. He's on 21 from 14. Top scorer was Phil Salt, who went very early indeed after hitting 37, pretty much 3 runs a ball. But then he was run out by Virat Kohli, selfish bastard. Mukesh in, short, down the leg side. And in fact, I think he's got a little bit on that. No, Rahul's certainly trying the bluff. But they are going to review it.
I thought it was that classic chance it to prevent the wide being called.
Although, you know, based on the way that he
was convinced,
he was convinced, Rahul. But I mean, sometimes that can be a little bit of a bluff.
The Phil Salt classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to look at it. And well, RCB will be absolutely bereft if he has got a little bit of bat or glove on this. Let's have a look. Ooh, very
that's
close.
got something, hasn't it?
I thought he was all right there, Bear. Or maybe that thumb on the bottom hand.
Something seems to divert the ball.
Not sure about that one.
Meanwhile, Will says he's going over to TuneIn. We might all be joining him there.
Yeah.
Going to find a better game. I'm not sure last week's game was a better game. Anyway, here's Ultra Edge. This is the crucial moment. Ooh, it's not hitting the bat. Has it hit the glove?
No, he's all right.
Nothing on it. Very good decision by the umpire.
And Messrs is saying buggery was spot on for the GPL prediction for last week's game. It's a cruel old world.
That's the way it goes, Messi. That is given as a wide, so not only was the decision upheld, but a run and a ball to be bowled again.
So I had him over 160, Bear. I reckon. What do you think?
Ooh.
Reckon they can get there? 3
Well,
big hits.
if he has an over like last over, yes. I mean, he'd have to get 30. Well, I've got under 171.5.
So what's that? 27 you need.
I don't need him to get 27. He can get 26.
Oh, you've got the under.
I've got an under 171.5. You got over 160.
Okay, so anywhere in the 160s is a sweet spot for us.
Both of us, yeah. Which 15, 16. Then if you need 16, so you need 4 fours in 6 balls.
Mukesh has bowled well today. Good variations. He's in again. Bowls a horrible full toss this time, and it's carted over, wide, long off. In fact, David looks at his bat as if to say, I didn't really even get that properly, but it's gone all the way. 150 up. David moves to 27 off 15. He's really suddenly got going. 3 sixes in these last 7 or 8 balls.
Basically, if you take pace off, it becomes a really difficult game, doesn't it?
If you bowl full tosses, it's actually, I don't know about you. Well, you weren't a batsman particularly, were you? But I always found full tosses quite hard to hit, strangely enough, and get runs off. Unless, of course, they were really wide down the leg side. This is down the leg side. It's whipped on its way by David. He hit it well. Again, it's one of those yard either side of the man on the 45, and that's gone. But he didn't get it a yard either side, and it's picked up by the man.
I've been caught more times than I care to remember. Hendo off a wide full toss. Clumped off the outer half of the bat.
Horrible. Just looking at the run out of Phil Salt again now. And, if he hadn't fallen, would he have got back?
I still don't think he'd have made it, you know.
Not sure. It was a really good piece of wicket keeping because the throw wasn't great and it was taken quite wide of the stumps by Rahul on the half volley, and he whipped the ball back to take off the bails. So excellent work from him. Mukesh then to David. David has gone for a big hit. I'm not sure he's got everything on that. Has he? Oh, just about. just about. Good effort on the boundary, but deep square leg couldn't quite hold on, and a bit of carnage at last.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
That was a top edge.
Yeah, I don't think. Do you know? I don't think he's timed any of these. Really.
No, not really.
It's just brute force, isn't it?
And he's a big lad, isn't he?
Yeah,
Big lad, big bat, and they go.
Well, I think it's almost hit up on the splice, that one, it seemed to be. He's gone to 33 now, 157 for 7. It's something to bowl at, isn't it? Mukesh in again to David, down the leg side, and he digs that out towards deep square leg. They decide against taking the run. I think that's the right option.
Oh, that means I'm safe unless they bowl a no ball or a bunch of wides. You can only get 12 for the last 2 balls, which is 169, which means we're both quids in.
We should be in the sweet spot, Bear.
Unless David gets out, you could get buggered.
I could still be fucked here, but
I don't think so.
you'd hope
2
4
balls,
off the last
4
2.
runs. Yeah, you'd have thought so. At least
one clean
bound.
hit.
Well, there's one.
No, that's a replay. And it wasn't that clean, to be fair, Bear.
No, even a half clean hit would do it. Just one big swing of the bat.
Mukesh in again to David, down the leg side.
Wide.
Well, it is going to be a wide, I would imagine. Yes, it is signalled as such. 158 for 7. The length was good. The line was awful.
See, I think he should. But I don't know, not enough people in this fucking IPL. I know that batsmen now can hit Yorkers, but they're still harder to hit, I reckon, than shorter balls banged in. Unless you take the pace off and they don't get it. But if you bang it into the pitch with pace on, these guys at the end. I mean, he's just swiped a couple of. They've
all got
sixes.
such great eyes, haven't they?
Yeah, great eyes, big bats,
yeah.
and they're short boundaries. You just basically put the bat through the ball, and if you get enough bat on it, it's going to travel.
Yeah, I think you're right. People talk about. I think it was Nasser Hussain talking about the Yorkers gone out of the one-day game a bit, and I think really has it. I think it's just that batsmen have adapted, and they go so deep in their crease that actually what is a Yorker length is something different from what it was, and they move around in their crease that it becomes more difficult for bowlers to get that sort of regular
Really?
length. I think so, yeah.
No. I was thinking really he changed his gloves for 2 balls.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
But I agree with you, Bear. I'd rather see a bowler try the Yorker and miss it and go than bang it in the last over. And I mean, that there you're really asking for a hiding.
You are. I mean, you get it slightly wrong, and any batsman's going to just try and swing through the line, aren't they? I mean, you're giving them a chance.
Absolutely, and I think people say the Yorker is always such an effective ball, and it is if it's bowled well. But it's actually not that easy to bowl a good Yorker. If it was, and if it had always been so, then bowlers would just bowl Yorkers.
People firing them in on demand.
Yeah, absolutely. In he comes. Oh, that's an awful ball. It's short. It's wide. It's down the leg side. It's another wide. 15th extra of the innings. The 9th wide. That's an over and a half extra.
I can't afford any more wides than 2 sixes.
I think he's trying too many variations really here.
Exactly.
Mukesh.
I mean,
they've
they've
got 2 balls to go.
They scored 60 whatever it was in 3 overs, and they've scored 30 in 2. So that's like 90 runs, and the rest of the innings has gone for 60.
Not very many, and lots of wickets. Mukesh then into David. Better ball. That is the Yorker, and he's appealing for LBW. I thought he got an under edge onto that. The umpire says no. Mukesh has a smile about it. Don't think they're going to review.
No, I wouldn't bother.
Well,
I think
actually,
it's going down.
You might as well. I mean, there's 2 balls to go. 1 ball to go now, isn't it?
Well, if it was close, but I don't think it was even close, really, was it? It's going miles down leg side.
Probably not.
Oh, now you need what? 1 run or 2?
No, I think I need 2 runs, Bear. I think
Is
I
it
was
over 160 and a half?
Yeah. So I'm in a bit of trouble again.
It's all right. He'll bowl a wide, don't worry, and then I'll get a single off the last ball because they'll run whatever. So he should be okay.
We hope so, or he'll get a bit of bat on it. Let's see.
Final ball of the innings, and he's in. He bowls it very wide indeed. David has got hold of it really well. Finds the gap between long off and extra, and it's 4 runs. 163, the final total that RCB finish on, and you've got to hand it to David. 37 off 20 balls. Those last 2 overs, he really took it upon himself to play the big shots.
Kind of handed on a plate though, really, wasn't he? Some shit bowling.
To an extent. But I don't know. At 63 for none off 4 overs or whatever it was, Delhi would have been very happy with 163 to chase. 164 to chase.
Bit your arm off.
So 110 runs scored in overs 1 to 6 and 16 to 20.
Yeah.
And their middle 8 overs went for 53 for 4. That's pathetic.
That's T20.
And in
That's
fact,
IPL.
out of that 46 for 1 and 16 to 20, surely 36 of that was in the last 2 overs, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I think so, because, yes, we were saying that they really got to go for it. David had got, 2 or 3 off 8 at that point, I think.
I mean, it was essentially the first 4 and the last 2 where they scored all their runs.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And who knows what would have happened had Phil Saltz remained. He would have probably got out for 38.
Yeah, spooned one in the air, no doubt.
But anyway, at least they've got a little bit of momentum going into their bowling innings. I don't think it's...
Momentum. Yeah, it'll help. I mean, 135, 140 is what it was looking like. 163, 23 more runs. You've got to say well done to Tim David. And it's really only Tim David and Phil Salt that really contributed to that innings, wasn't it?
Yep.
I think both got 37 top score. So there we are. Are we going to have a little break? I think we are.
I think we are.
And unless there's any more tweets before we...
Oh, we got a couple of bits coming in on the socials. Jeff is saying, just don't replay this one, please. This one is going to be consigned to the grave once it's finally over. Michelle is saying, Tim David, future career T20 GOAT, 273 matches at 160. Well, he's doing some bits for RCB this season. There's a man sat next door here who certainly doesn't think so. But...
Well, we'll get to see... one thing, we'll get to see Bhuvi Kumar bowl, and I haven't seen him bowl for a while. So that's always a treat. He's still a fantastic player. But it's time for a break. What are we going to put on the podcast?
Podcast.
We're going to put a podcast on. Do you know how to do a podcast?
I do not, Bear, but you can...
I'll just... If Pendo moves, I'll just slide into his chair and get on with it.
Well, someone needs to keep talking.
Well, we've got Kuldeep, who on the screen, who went 2 for 17 from his 4 with 11 dot balls. It was really the spinners who did a lot of the damage, the 2 wrist spinners. RCB a bit short of wrist spin. They've got Soya Sharma who bowls sort of fastest leg spin, but no one of Kuldeep's quality.
So they've got Josh Hazelwood.
But yeah, they'll be relying, I think, on power play wickets, won't they, from Hazelwood and Bhuvi if they're going to get anything in this game.
Exactly that.
And I think they'll need a bag full of them if they're going to defend 160. If they can get 4 in the power play, they might just be in it.
Well, it's Bishop and Bear, episode 98. And we'll see you shortly.
Completely changed world quality downwards. You never know. So I'm going to come right back down to earth, and I'm going to give Annie a plug because we love her. This month's March County Cricket Matters has a really interesting article, which is Greener Games, in which, Tanya, you prominently feature. And it talks about the event in Bristol in October, where I think you'd gathered together, the scientific community, the sporting community, and you'd really started to explore the challenges and games, in which, Tanya, you prominently feature. And it talks about the event in Bristol in October, where I think you'd gathered together, the scientific community, the sporting community, and you'd really started to explore the challenges and the opportunities to address the challenges. Tell us a little bit about that event, what happened, and what's come out of it.
Yeah, so it was great actually. It was one of those evenings where you come away feeling uplifted, because when you can become very depressed, I think, reading all the stuff about climate and how awful everything is, but it was a really uplifting evening. So we had 3 speakers. One of them was Professor Steve Simpson, who's a marine biologist based at Bristol University. So he kind of spends loads of time under the sea looking at, coral that's not looking very well. But he's done documentaries with David Attenborough and people like that. So he was a great guy. And he was talking about sport. So he talked a bit about his kind of life and his work, and then he'd grown up with I think he'd been able to actually see the ground at Bristol. So sorry, a bit distracted there by my daughter. God, I can't remember what I was going to say.
You were talking about the professor and in Bristol.
Oh yeah,
undersea.
So he was kind of talking about the importance of cricket for bringing together people and community, because he'd grown up around the game, and so he was really interesting. So he was kind of there on the ecology side, and then we had Asif Rainman Walla. I hope I've pronounced that right.
Rainman.
Rainman Walla. And he's the CEO of Ecotricity and the vice chair of Forest Green Rovers, who are obviously.
Oh yeah.
You've heard of Forest.
Very much.
They do amazing stuff on this topic. I think they're the
more than just the vegan pies that are served at in the catering.
More than the vegan pie.
Yeah.
Although the vegan pies are supposed to be very good, but
I've heard the same thing. I think you're right. Yeah.
So I think they're called the world's leading green football club, or some such accolade. So he was kind of talking about all the stuff that they've done, and he was saying that cricket have got a long way to go to catch up football, and I think that's right. I think football are way ahead of cricket at grassroots in this stuff. There's loads of kind of different groups within football who are working to make the game greener, and loads of sort of bigger clubs that are doing stuff. So he was kind of trying to invoke the spirit of competition, I think, and saying, "Come on, cricket, get your act together. Can't let football beat you." So he was, again, really interesting on what they've been able to do. And then we had, I don't know how many people were there, maybe 70 or 80. And this was held at Gloucestershire. And we had kind of round tables and everyone throwing ideas into the pot about what they thought the game could do. And it was just very invigorating as well to hear different people's ideas. And again, I think it's just the importance of people coming together and talking, and it makes you question certain things that you were thinking and different perspectives.
Well, it's also quite interesting that a county steps up to help and support in this area, because it is the counties very much who are that bridge between grassroots club cricket and international cricket, and they become the kind of the sort of the middle point, the glue in the middle that brings that unites the top of the game and the grassroots of the game.
Yeah,
and I think Leicestershire are doing some great stuff as well, aren't they? If I read it correctly.
Well, was it in that Greener Games? Maybe in that article in Annie's magazine, it talked about Leicestershire subsidising travel or free.
That's right. Yeah, they've got.
I didn't know that they did, which is fantastic, because travel is actually one of the massive carbon emitters for all sports. It's kind of the big thing that they have to try and.
They've got solar panels installed on every flat roof.
Was that at Grace Road?
Yeah, that's all at Grace Road.
Yeah, so that's brilliant. There's actually at county level, there's loads of clubs that are doing amazing things. There's kind of the big clubs like Lords and the Oval. They obviously have more money, but they've done fantastic stuff. And then Gloucestershire, who obviously haven't really got very much money, although they've just got this everyone's just got this injection, haven't they, from
yeah,
sale of the 100, yes.
Yeah.
However, how much of that goes onto sustainability initiatives, and how much goes onto an overseas signing, I think is going to be an interesting thing.
Yes.
There probably should have been a stipulation on how, and I think perhaps there was, that a certain percentage of it has to be used for sustainability initiative. If there wasn't, there damn well should have been.
That is a good question. I will ask that question.
Yeah, so please do. You're also just about, I think, in June, I think there's a target for you to, or you've said that you're going to produce a community action plan.
Yeah, that's with the...
Tell us about that.
So it was kind of all wrapped up with the Greener Games Award. So we have been working with the Bristol Climate... I'm going to always forget it. Bristol Climate and Nature Partnership. So that's kind of looking more at grassroots issues down in Bristol, and kind of connecting with clubs down in Bristol. And it's particularly been my colleagues Zena and Dan who've been working with them. So we've got the report coming out in June, like you say, and we're hoping it might be a blueprint for other that we can then use at, for other clubs at other levels in other places.
I mean, there's 18 counties. You already know Leicestershire are doing something. I mean, Middlesex very closely aligned with the MCC, so everything Lord's doing is very positive in terms of sustainability. That still leaves plenty of other counties. Would you ultimately like to see the Greener Games Bristol event rolled out to every county?
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, it would be really amazing. I should say there are other counties I feel awful that I haven't mentioned who are doing good stuff as well. Edgbaston, they held a green game. I don't know if you remember, it was an England T20 game.
I do, yeah. I think
vaguely rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a woman there, Lydia, who's kind of in charge of that stuff, and they've so they were measuring their carbon emissions. So I think one of the crucial things that someone said to me who knows far more than me about this stuff is that first of all you've got to work out what your problem is. So you've got to measure where you are, and then you can kind of try and take steps to reduce it in terms of carbon emissions. So they made great strides there. Cardiff, I mean Glamorgan are also doing things. Loads of clubs are doing stuff. But yes, I would absolutely love to see a Greener Games at every county.
And are the ECB directly supportive of what you're doing? I would have thought after the success of Bristol and the positive outcomes from that, to encourage local clubs to come and attend at their county to a similar a sort of a roadshow would be hugely beneficial. One, it would be beneficial for the counties because you're bringing in more potential members if you want to look at it commercially. But as a way to take your message out to people that actually play and people that watch it.
And we are back. The young and old pair of Jake Fraser McGurk and Faf du Plessis are out in the middle, looking to chase down, where are we, 161 is the target? 164 is the target. I've done them short by 3. They did themselves short by a few more. I'm on ball by ball. I've got Hendo next to me, and Will coming to us from the West Country as Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Hendo's favourite, is going to take the new ball.
He certainly is. It's a long time since I've jingled him up, but I get the chance to do it now. It's a lovely jingle about his eyes.
He got $10 for naught, a better bat than we thought. He got Booby Kuma's eyes.
Well, they are good eyes. There was a thing going around social media a while back of the Indian cricketers as women, and I've got to say, Bhuvi Kumar looked rather fetching.
I'll do the 2 opening batsmen.
He likes to go berserk. Whenever Melbourne are in a fix, he likes to whack it for a 6.
Oh, I do like that. That's very jaunty. Also got Faf. We'll just sneak him in. Whoa. It's like old times, isn't it? Bhuvi to Faf.
It is. It could be a Legends League, but it isn't. There's hope for us all yet. As Boovy starts over the wicket, it's short. It nips back a little bit, and Faf just pushes it back to him for no run.
Hey, Will, I know you're a very happy man the other night. I didn't realise you were an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because well,
what a game
half
that was.
The family are from down here, and half of them are from Islington.
Ah, okay.
Declan Rice, where did that come from? I don't think I've ever seen him take a free kick before.
Apparently he hadn't scored from a free kick in 339 games before that.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Short again from Boovy, and I thought there might have been an outside edge from that. Phil Salt makes an ooh face, but it's a dot ball, so we've had 20 trees planted after just 2 balls.
I mean, I was saying about the IPL, I think we were saying, weren't we, out in the green room before we came on first time, was, there are a few veterans now that I'm getting a bit fed up of seeing, just playing the franchise leagues, the likes of Duplessis and Andre Russell and one or two others.
Oh, as Faf pulls out here, they're not getting any younger, as all of us aren't. I think Dre Russ is about to be 37, Faf's past 40, so you wonder how much longer they're going to keep eking out these big contracts for.
Is Faf that old?
He really is, Hendo. I was surprised as well.
I'm going to have to check that out. I'm not that I don't believe you, but I just it's just come as a surprise to me.
He's in good shape for 40, as I am fast approaching my 35th birthday, and I'm feeling quite envious of how Faf's looking at 40.
I'd give anything to be approaching my 35th birthday.
I'm dangerously close to my 31st.
Oh, you young boys.
It's another shortish
my
ball
body's
from
falling apart.
Another shortish ball from Boovy. He's getting a bit of movement here. That one just seemed to swing back a little bit, and he does. If there's movement in the power play, he will find it. This looks a pretty regulation chase, but it's interesting to see how they go about it, whether they're just happy to tick their way there or whether they try and get a big net run rate win. You feel with Jake Fraser-McGurk in the form that he's been in, there could be an early wicket.
Perhaps I should enjoy Faf while he's here. As I say, I just looked him up, 41 in July.
Yes, so we might not get that much more of him, Hendo, especially not in the IPL. Boovy bowls it short and wide. It would have been a wide, but Faf reached for it, and they managed to scamper through for a single. Virat was looking for the direct hit, but couldn't find it. So Delhi Capitals are off the mark. 1 run after 4 balls. It brings onto strike young Jake Fraser-McGurk.
I think it's almost worth playing his jingle again. I liked it so much. Let's do it.
He likes to go berserk.
Well. It's a jaunty little number indeed, and had Virat hit the stumps there, Faf would have been run out by an absolute mile.
Wasn't he? He was miles short.
I mean, there was never really a run there. It was pretty straight to him. Virat was quick on the release. He had more time than that. He could have really taken aim. Boovy stays short and outside the off stump. It's hit straight to cover by Jake Fraser-McGurk, so trees are being planted. It's a sedate start from Delhi, but they don't need to be in any real rush.
I can see that the number of people listening to us and watching us on YouTube is diminishing.
well, it might, because this looks like it'll be regulation, but there are always storylines, and I mean, I'm interested to see whether Jake Fraser-McGurk can finally buy a run. Always intrigued to see how KL Rahul will bat, and if they get a chance, I think this Delhi Capitals lower middle order is box office. It's wide again. Fraser-McGurk can't beat Virat at cover, so it ends with a dot ball. 5 of them from the first over. We are 1 for none after 1.
Yeah, not bad at all from Boovy. We have just one comment on YouTube. It's from Dirty Sanchez, and I thought it said "Good day, Alf." I think it does. There's no one called Alf here. I think he meant to say "Good day, all." I'm not 100% sure, but he's along with us. We haven't had a super chat today, and we only come in for the super chats.
And we're into our 21st over without one. So if anyone is out there with a spare quid, do us a favour.
Super chat us. We get to play a lovely super chat jingle as well, which is
Now, this is a little bit strange. We're not going to see Josh Hazelwood take the new ball, but instead it's Yash Dayal.
Not a player that I'm terribly familiar with, I have to say.
No, yeah, I'm the same.
Well, we're searching for his jingle. He's been going for runs in this IPL, as he has done a bit in previous years. You might remember Rinku Singh taking him for 5 sixes off a last over a couple of years ago, as Faf is taking a leg stump guard. But really strange that Hazelwood isn't with the new ball. I don't know what's going on there. Must be something, because he's been great in the power play for RCB. As Dayal starts over the wicket, Faf opens the face and runs it down to third man for 1.
In the absence of a jingle for this man, I'm going to play this one instead.
Generic IPL guy. IPL guy. Does he bowl? Does he bat? Is he a keeper in a hat? No. Generic IPL guy.
Is that fair? Is that fair? Is that sort of?
I think it's quite fair. I think they thought he was better than a generic IPL guy because they chose to retain him over Siraj, but I don't think he's been any better than bang average for them this year. He's a left armer and he can bowl slower balls at the death, but that time he's on a length and he gets spanked by Fraser McGurk through the covers. Really nice shot, rocked back and timed it to the boundary for one of these.
It's Nissan Shi. It's Nissan Shi.
Now, is Bethel, did he not get an IPL contract?
He's with RCB, but he's being kept out of the team by Liam Livingston.
No.
Which I wonder if that's Livy's bowling is keeping him in the team, because he's bowled all right. I mean, he's been batting like an absolute drain.
I did see he was being bowled a bit, yeah.
But I would have Bethel in that team over Livingston all day long. This time it's full and on McGurk's pads, and he whips it through the leg side for just a couple. They had thought about that second and then have absolutely ambled back for it. Promising start from Jake Fraser McGurk. I've been watching him closely lately and he's been trying to absolutely hit the leather off the ball, but just a couple of shots there where he's kind of checked and timed. So we might see him get back to a little bit of run scoring tonight. I'd like to see it because he's a great batter to watch when he's in form.
I reckon that people like Bethel are in teams just so that the older players can sort of leech the youth out of them and keep going.
On McGurk's pads again. This time he doesn't beat the man at mid wicket, who's Tim David, a big lump. So it's just 1.
We used to have a commentator on the sofa called Ben Cullen, who actually is Messi Jez's nephew, and he always used to say to me, "Hendo, you're jealous of my youth," and that was when I was a lot younger. So maybe that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to leech off you guys a little bit of energy.
Well, I remember that.
Oh, it's wide filth from Dayal, but he gets away with it. Hits straight to the man at cover. So there is no run there. Yeah, stop leeching my youth, Hendo. But no, you wonder if they sort of got Virat Kohli plugged into a Jacob Bethel IV or something. There's some kind of exchange going on there.
MS Dhoni is definitely hooked up to something.
Well, yeah, I think he's in the cryo chamber 11 months of the year, and he just comes out for this.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Although they still can't get his knees good enough to bat for 10 overs. So if there are any knee donors out there, MS is looking for a transplant. Yes, Dayal finishes off on a good length. It's straight up in the air from Faf. Is someone underneath it? The man at long mid-off is, so that is going to be a wicket for Yash Dayal. Some joy for RCB. Delhi Capitals are 9 for 1 after 2.
Yeah, not an incredibly bright shot from Faf, I have to say.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at?
But I can say a couple of times is this.
Super Chat Cash, Super Chat Cash, Super Chat Cash.
Like London buses they are.
They're coming through. Stephen Kelt says, ask Messi to stop obsessing about Duckett. Is it Messi? I thought it was Farong who is obsessing about Duckett, generally speaking. He goes on to say, I mean, everyone knows that Duckett should open the bowling, but you don't have to keep going on about it, Messi. It's not Messi. I'm sure it's not Messi. Anyway,
it's Farong.
It's Farong. We got another of these.
YouTube comments were not getting a mention. Too many lonely folks needing some attention. You post your super chat and then you pay the price.
This is from All right. Minsk and Booze Clip, he says, piss poor from RCB, great commentary. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for your $2 contribution on Super Chat. Remember, Super Chat gets you up to the top of the comments, and you get a little jingle, you get a special mention.
And it brightens up our afternoon,
and you know, you'd start to feel all warm and cuddly about yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
New batsman is Porrell.
It is indeed. Abhishek Porrell been going well. He's the impact player. Have we got a jingle for him, Hendo?
I'm going to go looking. And see what I can find, or we might have to revert to the.
Well, he's not on strike because we've had a change of over, so you've got a bit of time. He's an elegant left-hander who's been going pretty well for Delhi Capitals over the past couple of years. And interestingly, the bookies are seeing this fairly evenly. I just got a nice price on Delhi, so they reckon there's something in this pitch that makes it hard to get away. As Bhuvi starts his second over with a bit of filth short down the leg side, the umpire pulls out the wide arms of death.
Indeed. I agree. I think maybe it is a little bit slower than we think, and that's why it's been so good for the spinners. But you know, if it was a silly shot really from Faf. I think they know what they've got to get, don't they? And it's not a massive total.
No, it seems needless as Fraser McGurk's done exactly the same. This has gone a mile up in the sky. It's going to take some catching, but the keeper, Jitesh, is underneath it. And he just about clings on. He's got a sheepish look on his face because he almost made an absolute meal of that. But it's a second wicket for Delhi for RCB. Delhi Capitals are 10 for 2. It's all going on.
The crowd definitely does say this. That's dreadful.
Well, it's brainless batting, isn't it, Hendo?
Great,
he's really tried to smash that all the way from Bangalore to Delhi, and he's got a exasperated look on his face. Oof! And the ball has slipped right through Jitesh's fingers. Somehow he's managed to cling onto it. It must have caught a bit of ice. It was up so high. But yeah, brainless batting from Jake Fraser McGurk. I think maybe the only way you can justify it is maybe they see how Phil Salt went compared to the rest of the batters and think that power play runs are at a premium here if it gets harder to time as the ball gets soft.
Yeah, it's maybe that they think. But I mean, to be honest, how well did RCB start in their power play? And this has been, they're just hitting the ball up in the air. Unless it's slowed down a great deal from the beginning of the game. Which is difficult to know.
Well, it brings KL Rahul to the crease, one of the great IPL accumulators, and his jingle goes a little something like this.
Does indeed.
Well, he's an elegant player, KL. He's sometimes been mocked and reviled for his approach in the IPL. A couple of years ago, he said strike rate was very overrated. As Bhuvi's into him, short and outside the off stump, he pushes it for no run. But he's slightly changed his approach this year, and I saw a quote from him the other day saying T20 cricket's just about hitting boundaries. So he's had a change of heart, a change of approach, and we'll see how he goes tonight.
Well, he is a fine player. I mean, he's often opened, hasn't he, in T20 cricket? I've seen him.
Yeah.
See him get very quick 50s at the top.
And then was batting down the order for India at the Champions Trophy in that 5-6 role and doing really well. So, I mean, he's nothing if not versatile. He's
opening the batting in the tests in Australia as well. He moves around, doesn't he, in the different formats.
And he's got a great head of hair on him as he gets off the mark. He pushes that inside the man at mid-off, and it's going to run away to the boundary. He just leant on it. Bhuvi's looking a bit peeved, but it's one of these.
Yeah, I didn't think he got that entirely as he intended, but it just about had enough on it.
No, you're right, Hendo. It was slightly mistimed, but nothing more than a push, and it's raced away. So perhaps this outfield getting a little bit quicker. Virat's coming in with some words of either encouragement or admonishment. It's always hard to tell with him because he rarely has a smile on his face.
So intense, isn't it?
It's just everything's done with fuck-off intensity. It's a similar spot from Bhuvi on a good length outside the off-stump. Cahill pushes to mid-off again. Can't beat the man this time, so it's just 1. But 5 off 2. He's got Delhi up and running a bit. They've raced away to 15. As we're seeing a replay of that heave from Jake Fraser-McGurk. It went a mile up in the sky.
I don't think that was short enough to play that shot, to be honest, I have to say. I mean, I know that in this day and age and in this form of the game that players do try to pull those balls, but they're saying on the screen short, but I don't think it was that short.
No, it was more sort of just short of a length, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't a short delivery by any stretch of the imagination. But, so, I mean, RCB well and truly back in the game. First ball for Perel.
Absolutely, the bookies have it as evens as Boovy stays over the wicket to the left-hander Perel, who works this into the leg side. I think there's going to be a couple there. Josh Hazlewood is running around looking lithe in the outfield, so clearly there's nothing wrong with him, and it was a tactical decision to give Yash Dayal the new ball. So whether we're going to see Hazlewood bowling this 4th over, something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I wonder whether they want to save him. He's very clever at his variations. He's very good at taking pace off the ball when needs be. I'm wondering whether they're waiting for the ball to get a little bit softer for him to, and the pitch a little bit slower. So that might be a pretty good tactic.
Quite possibly, yeah. I think he started out really, didn't he, as more of a middle overs bowler in ODI cricket, and lately he's been top and tailing, bowling 2 up front and 2 at the death. As this time it's a little bit shorter from Boovy, worked by Perel into the leg side. I think that's going to go to the boundary. Hazlewood pulls out the dive. We're going to have another look at that, I reckon. So it's either 2 or 4. I think the man at short, sort of forward square leg, thought he might have been in the game there for a second.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit aerial, both of those shots from Perel, but beautifully timed, really nicely timed, and he certainly got 2 for that. He might well have got 4. If Hazlewood has saved that, you've got to say what a brilliant piece of fielding for a big man.
Yeah, he's got down. He's looking a bit sheepish. I wonder if that foot went into the fence.
That's very tricky. We've got another.
Oh, I think it's the hand, if anything.
Yeah, that's really hard.
I reckon he might have done all right there.
You've got to give him credit.
Oh no, they've given it 4.
Really? That's harsh.
Everything goes the batter's way in this form of cricket.
I think that's a bit harsh.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
Frong says, surely the first wicket this innings won't be a run out. Well, it wasn't. The lad Duckett has beyond platinum VIP membership of the Bangladesh Rickshaw Union. Well, he did a funny little video, didn't he, the other day, Duckett, for the ECB, which was utter nonsense. I mean, it'd be much more fun if they got him on a rickshaw, wouldn't it? Leah. Oh, we're back.
As Yash Dayal starts with a wide well down the leg side.
Yes, indeed. I'll avoid the jingle for that. I'll just say that Leah says, Jake de Gurk Fraser McGurk. Gurk means cucumber. I presume this is in German. She says, and in German, describes something that's bad. A bad team is a Gurgentrupp, for example. So there you go. It's all down to his name.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the third umpire, didn't have a very good look at that, did he?
He didn't seem to.
There was one last night where Rian Parag was given out on review very quickly, and he thought his bat had hit the ground rather than the outside edge. As this time Dayal is on target, KL opens the face and tries to work it, but he finds Boovy at short third man, so there's no run. I think these umpires have been given a mandate to make their decisions quickly. Which, I mean, we as viewers don't hate, although I'd prefer it if the decisions were right rather than fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think unless he had a slightly different angle, a slightly closer angle. I mean, we couldn't tell that his hand had actually touched the boundary sponge at that point.
No, but my eyesight is shit, and you're just here draining my youth, Hendo.
That's true. That's true.
As Dayal continues over the wickets, KL, who shapes, and it's gone right up in the air. It's gonna land. It's a put down. It was almost a fantastic take by, I think it was Patidar, running backwards, leaping effort, but he couldn't quite cling on. So KL gets a life. He was shaping to hit that like a sort of baseball slugger.
Yeah, it wasn't a great. Another shot, really. We've seen 3 of those now, haven't we? 2 have resulted in wickets, and that one nearly did.
Yeah, he cleared his front leg well before Dayal had released the ball, so he was trying to hit the ball for 6 regardless of what it was.
That's a great effort.
It was a really he did the hard work running, and he got 2 hands on it and might well have clung on there, head in hands. I think he knows he's let a chance slip through his fingers.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of
22 for 3. You feel RCB would have been well on top, but this time it's a slower ball that KL picks up, slams it back over Dial's head, straight to the boundary for 4.
The umpiring does feel a bit PGMOL, doesn't it?
Sorry, Will, I was playing over a jingle over you. Sorry, what did you actually say? I missed what you said.
I said the umpiring feels a bit PGMOL, doesn't it?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Steve Kelt says the lad Duckett doesn't know it yet, but he's a lifetime diamond level membership of Maastricht Cricket Club. There you go.
And this time it's short. KL rocks back and works it away to Phil Salt out at deep backward point for just 1. And I think you just have to wonder whether those are the kind of moments that matches might turn on. A chance goes through the fingers, then he slams him away to the boundary. You feel KL Rahul's such a crucial player if they're going to chase these down. And just a little momentum swing there.
Yeah, I think it's a catch that you take, how many times out of 10 do you take that catch? 5? 4?
Well, if it's me, I'd say none. But I think...
how many times do you take that,
4
Will?
or 5 at best.
Yeah, it's a hard catch. And
Yeah.
he nearly grabbed it at the second attempt, although in doing so he pushed the ball further away from him.
Dial stays over the wicket to the left-handed Perel. There's almost a mix-up between the batsmen as it's pushed straight to mid-off, but they get back into their crease. Both of them. There's a tree or 10 being planted somewhere, perhaps not according to Hendo.
That's a con. It's a con.
But they are the hardest ones, aren't they, where you have to sort of turn and run backwards.
Oh yeah, totally. They really are hard to judge.
And it's made harder under lights as well.
Lights makes nothing easier.
I guess none of us have played under lights, have we? I don't know if anyone has. I certainly haven't.
I have not. As short and wide from Dial, Perel works it to Hazelwood at third for 1. I was kicking a ball around a garden on Sunday, and I realised how hard it is to catch a high ball. You forget sitting here on the sofa that actually it's a bit harder when it's swirling up at sort of 25 metres.
The worst ones, I think, are those ones that skew off the outside edge. They go out and they're woo. Doing a sort of twirling around, aren't they?
And
go on.
The white ball and in the white lights, it's just hell.
Well,
I just walk away from them.
Just make sure you take cover. It doesn't land on you, I suppose. Actually, one thing I have noticed when you play white ball cricket during the day is that if it's really cloudy, that sort of light cloud, picking up the white ball from the sky then is very, very hard. Because it just sort of blends in with the cloud. Anyway, 30 for 2 or 4.
Yeah, it really can get lost in the sky, that white ball, or lost in the lights here. As Boovi is going to continue, they're going to ride him for 3. So no Hazelwood as of yet. He's being saved for the middle and death overs. Boovi, I think, is the leading power play wicket taker in IPL history, and he starts on a good length outside the off stump. Perel pushes it straight to the man at mid-off for no run.
Well, I've only seen 4 or 5 balls that Perel has faced, and I'm quite impressed already. He looks a very well organised player, and he's another of these tall, lithe left-handers that seem to be sort of just coming off a production route at the moment for India.
10 a penny now in India, aren't they, Hendo? They went for a long time without producing many left-handers. This time it's pushed back to the bowler by Perel for no run, and now all of a sudden they've got absolutely masses. You think of the likes of Abhishek, Tilak Varma, Rishabh Pant, Abhishek Perel. I'm sure there's quite a few who are missing.
Well, I think Padikkal for a while. I think Jaiswal as well, isn't
Jaiswal, of course, another lefty.
Yeah.
So they really are. Ishan Kishan batting at 3 for Sunrisers, another left-hander. So yeah, they've got plenty of them.
But I think also, I'm thinking more of the I am thinking more of the Abhishek Sharma type, because they're tall and slim, aren't they?
Yes. tall and slim and very elegant.
Yeah.
Perel looks elegant. That does not look elegant. Right on cue, he's ungainly skied it straight up in the sky. Jitesh is underneath it. It's swirled away from him, but he clings on again. Delhi are 30 for 3. RCB are right back in this game.
And I've completely done him, haven't I? There you go. Thank me later.
Well, Andy Flower doesn't strike me as a generous man or a round buyer, but I reckon he owes you a beer because you're doing his team some favours, Hendo.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think I do. I think that's worth a super chat. If there are any RCB fans out there who would like to super chat us, that means that your tweet goes to the top of the queue, and you get mentioned, and you get embraced by the Gorilla fraternity.
And it brings the captain, Akshar Patel, to the crease. I think a good man for this moment because they need a bit of sensible batting, don't they? 134 off 93 is the equation, but they can't keep losing wickets.
This is absolutely true. Here he is.
The stroke plays diverse and as sweet as a slice of Battenberg. Extra, 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 because if he can't score runs, then it's the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin, the spin that will bring him some wickets.
What's that based on?
It is the Smiths.
Oh, yes.
Where else do you get a bit of Morrissey laced in with your cricket commentary? As the left-handed Akshar faces Bhuvi, who's over the wicket. Oh, it's skewed off the inside of his bat, but it beats the man at mid-wicket, so there'll be at least one there, just one. And Akshar's up and running.
Well, I suppose you could you look at Akshar and you're talking about the tall, lithe left-handers. He's almost another one, although he has been around a bit longer than the other guys. But he's got it all to do now, hasn't he? Really,
he does. But I think these are the two guys you want out there. Very experienced, cool heads. You would hope that they're gonna tick singles for a little bit rather than trying to hit the leather off the ball as the top order's been.
Yeah, they've all gone.
They really need to. They need to plant themselves like the trees that are supposedly being planted.
They do need to plant themselves like our fictional trees. Because they've got power to come at the back end with Stubbs and Ashutosh. So if these two can hang around, you still think that Delhi should be in control of this game. As Bhuvi bowls to KL, it's short, it's defended. He thinks there's a run there. There certainly isn't, so he does well to get back into his crease. Virat's having a word. He's energised. Well, he might be, because RCB, having been written off by everyone here, are right in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it actually shows the value of those late runs in those last 2 overs, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they were looking at 140, which looked undefendable, and now you might say that they're favourites.
Yeah, I think you might well. I mean, it really depends on how long these two can stick together and how they can rotate the strike and pick up 1 or 2 big shots.
As Bhuvi bowls last ball of his over to KL, it's short and wide, but he can't beat the man at sort of cover, not extra cover really, so it gets out of it with a dot ball. Delhi Capitals 31 for 3 after 5.
Got a change. The Bear is going to come and take over on ball by ball. Abby is also joining us shortly.
I'm off.
And Nick is he's off. Yeah, I'm in, and Nick will be back in the next session. Where's Abby? Here he comes. Let's have a look at the old YouTube situation. Jeff Perkins tries to have a play on words with Maastricht Cricket Club. He says, hopefully your Ma isn't too strict. And Leah says, Morrissey is a Muppet, though.
Yeah.
Is he a fucking Muppet?
He's turned into a bit of a Nazi, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He's a bit of a right-wing nut job.
Right, well, we are going to get that change. We're going to get Hazelwood coming in. We wondered where he was. Well, we knew he was fielding on the boundary. But he's going to get a bowl now.
He replaces Dial, who hasn't bowled too bad considering we slated him. Anyway, Hazelwood's coming in, and Akshar Patel just runs it down to third man. They go for a quick single, they get there. Could have been a bit tight. Better go under for the full next wicket. 55.5. Yeah, I'll take that. I've got the first 3. I did go for a run out as well. It didn't come in, the fucking thing.
There you go. This is the bowler.
He once hit keys with
What's happened to the old Josh Hazel? Josh Hazel.
You got to find it, Hendo. If you can find it, you can play it.
That's true.
But I leave that up to you. Oh, see, you know how to do it when you want to.
No, I don't
you?
know the whole thing, I must admit.
There'll be quite a few. You just got to go through them. Current 6.19, required 8.9. Where's your money, Abby?
Nowhere right now, I think.
Nowhere?
Nowhere.
Still fancy
Rained
jelly.
off.
When you rained off. Don't think so. KL Rahul just drops that down to short man. I'll get a single man on the edge of the ring. As Nick was saying, these two have got the experience, haven't they? Take it deep. And they got some bangers at the end. I guess it all depends. Well, and they've got completely different idea of bowling attacks, haven't they? Really, I mean,
yeah.
RCB have gone in here with basically pacers and hardly any spinners, and the spinners are very effective in the middle overs. So it'd be interesting to see how they do with a pace attack. Maybe that leans it a bit more towards. For a
Delhi?
minute there, Delhi. That's it. Brain went blank for a second there. But we shall see. Hazelwood is in.
Oh, he's slapped
cut.
that
He's
four.
slapped that over the top of the third man, and it's gone for 4 runs. Last over the power play, of course. I was going to ask, does it get dewy at this
no.
time? No,
No,
there
no,
won't be
no,
any dew.
no, no.
Okay.
Right, I found the Hazelwood jingle, but how do I get it?
You just drag it into an empty box.
Drag it? How do I drag it?
Just
Click,
click on it and drag it.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Drop. Boom.
Yeah.
See? Oh, you're not really going for that one, are you? Oh,
Yeah, I love
for
it.
fuck's sake.
It was,
There you go.
especially because Jeff's here, because he hates this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And that one is dropped into the offside again. They'll get a single. Go on then.
Voted Jingle of the Year.
Was it?
2000 and, I don't know, 17, something like that,
Yeah.
16. This is it.
He's a walking, talking Josh Hazelwood. Walking, talking Josh Hazelwood. Walking, talking Josh Hazelwood. He's a walking, talking Josh Hazelwood.
Yeah, terrible.
That's Dave.
That is horrible.
That is Dave sounding pretty
Pretty
pissed.
mashed. Yeah. That was during an Ashes series that was taken out of, wasn't it? Probably in the middle of the night when we were all a bit hammered.
Probably.
Right, Hazelwood is in. Cut nicely down towards backward point, but there is a man in the deep. It's Phil Salt out there.
Yep.
And it'll be a single.
A good over so far. 8 out for the batting side, 8 runs from it.
Yeah. Well, just got to get a boundary and over, really, haven't you? And then you're on for a big score.
I mean, when you know what you're chasing and you've got 2 very experienced players at the crease,
Yeah.
makes a big difference, I think.
This is why my under is a bit risky for this particular wicket, but we shall see.
Not got much batting below Stark at 8, though, have they? Stark.
No, but you kind of expect that everyone should have done the job by the time you get to Stark, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would hope.
You would hope, anyway. But we shall see. Hazelwood is in. Cramps Axar for Room, and there'll be just no run. End of the over.
Abby.
Some socials here.
Yep.
There's the one message from Steven saying the bear should drink cans of cider.
Oh, we have cider, and that's the one thing I don't drink.
Cider. I mean, that's a horrible thing to get really pissed on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never have.
But there are some good ciders, you know. I really enjoy Copperberg.
Yeah, there is a bottle of Copperberg in the fridge if you want it.
Oh, no, too late for that right now.
All you got to do is go on a train home.
Yeah, I mean,
what are you going to do? It's Thursday evening. It's the beginning of the weekend, isn't it? You're a student.
Yeah. I've just got one more message in from Farong. Guerrilla cricket, strategic time or fast approaching. Is it though?
Is it?
Yeah. Is it?
Have they taken one now? It just seemed a bit
No,
of a...
no.
They can't take it before the 8th over or something, can they?
I think it's applicable after the 6th over. You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could take it now?
Yeah.
They could, but they have chosen not to.
Yeah.
I mean, with things going well, you don't want to break something that's... Sorry, fix something that's not broken.
Yeah.
All right.
A strategic timeout, though, is there one for each side
Yes.
in each innings, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. new bowler.
I thought originally weren't they just sort of planted in there and they just got taken?
The timeouts?
Yeah.
I mean, they were always there. And to be fair, they do affect the game a lot. So, if my team is going for runs...
You don't want them to take a time?
No, I do want them to take it. If my bowlers are going for runs, actually.
Oh, if your bowlers are? Yeah, that's
yeah.
fine. But this is it. It's like a drinks break in a test match. It always brings, always brings a wicket. Well, here we go. Siash. Don't think we got a jingle for this dude. Oh my God! Wow, that's a strange one. It's turning down leg side. What is he? A leg break bowler?
He's a leg break. Yeah, leg break bowler.
But that was a googly.
But it was a kind of medium pace as well, wasn't
and it? Kind of came out the front of the hand as well. But weird. He's sort of copied a bit of Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, he's a little bit shorter, isn't he?
No, it was definitely out the back of the hand. Yeah, it was definitely a googly, and it was definitely going down leg side.
Yeah, look where the keeper.
I don't know why the keeper was appealing, to be really honest.
Madness.
They all get excited. Well, Siash comes in again.
Oh,
that's another googly, and played back to him by Rahul, and there's no run.
Oh, this is fun.
It is.
Let's have a look at his action.
Quite a strange action.
I mean, he's not looking at the batsman when he releases the ball, is he? He's looking up to the heavens.
Yeah, his head's down the side and looking up.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I do like to see unusual actions. It keeps it interesting, doesn't it?
I don't know.
He's the impact sub.
Yeah, maybe this is the IPL connoisseur coming out of me.
Oh, that's a filthy delivery. Bangs it into the middle of the deck. Gets away with it as it's just slashed out to cover and there's no run. Coming in. Give us.
So I think you guys might want to check Shrivel Kaushik's action.
Shrivel Kaushik.
Yeah. Maybe check it out on YouTube later. That by far was the weirdest action in the entire history of IPL. He played for Gujarat Lions in 2016-2017. You might want to check that.
Will do. Yep.
That one is a standard leg spinner. Comes off the outside half of the bat. KL Rahul goes down to backward point, and there is no run.
It's good pace leg spin, though, isn't it? I mean, look at that, 100 Ks. You know,
I always try to. The problem is, I have to work it out in miles an hour. Otherwise, I just can't figure it out.
No, I can't really, but I'll just say whatever comes up on the screen.
Yeah, but that's quite quick, though.
It is quick
high
for a spinner. Yeah,
high 50s.
Yeah.
Gets a good bit of dip as well for that pace, actually. Interesting.
You just feel like he's one of those bowlers that suddenly he's going to bowl something absolutely awful.
Well, he just did.
Well, he did, kind of, yeah.
Comes in. He's planted a few trees this over there. Ooh, under... Well, no, I thought it was a bit of a bottom edge, but he's got it all the way out down to long on. They'll get back for 2. And the score moves on to 41 for 3 after 6.5.
First runs off his bowling so far. So just reining DC in a little bit. Not that they've been crashing it around. It's interesting. Where does he hold the ball? Is it between his first and middle finger, it looks like?
It kind of does. He kind of almost got an off-spinner's grip and then bowls it with
leggy action.
Leggy action, yeah. That one's just worked down to long on and got a single.
He must have very good stretchy fingers to be able to get the ball in between those two fingers.
Yeah, he's not a big man either.
You have to have supple fingers as a finger spinner, I would say.
Yeah. Indeed. Sorry, you're doing...
yes, some messages on here. Will has chimed in by saying, it's not cider unless it's sold to you in an empty milk bottle by a half-blind farmer in a lay-by.
Well, of course. That's that part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah. Stephen says, well, yes, that's truly authentic cider. Bear needs to drink more anyway to compensate for the sobriety of his cubs.
Well,
clear parenting errors there.
Well, I tried to show them the way. They just didn't want to take it up.
Seen too much of you staggering
late
at
probably,
night.
Yeah.
Late at night? Halfway through the day.
Halfway through the day, exactly.
Well, 122 required off 78. It's 9.3
not a cakewalk.
Not at all, not on this pitch.
Someone's got to take it up.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly putting up trees with a run rate, are they? It's 6 and over.
We don't want them pulling up trees because we just put them
down.
Well,
absolutely.
I wonder if you get smacked for a few runs, they just take the cheese plant out. Maybe they should do that.
Yeah. That's guided by Cal Rahul down towards third man. Well, I guess they figure, and they get a single. I guess they figure, at some points they do have to take a chance. I mean, the boundary isn't big. I mean, we saw what Tim David did. And Phil Salt as well. So, I mean, you can score quick runs if you're prepared to take the chance, but I guess you want to get yourself within range. And they've lost 3 wickets, and there is still a bit of time left.
And any ground Tim David is scoring boundaries on is a small ground.
I mean, a lot of those were top edges or miss hits.
Well, and full tosses, of course.
Off the splice, a couple of them. I'd say. Certainly that pull over square leg.
Gosh, I don't like him.
I don't really rate him, I've got to say. That one's guided down towards third man, and I get a single. I mean, who does he play for? Is it New Zealand or Australia? It's
Australia, yeah.
He's never really done a lot when I've seen him play for Australia. Occasionally he has an innings. And
never did anything for us as well at Mumbai.
No.
It was so frustrating, the last 2 years. The guy couldn't hold the bat against spin, and suddenly he's bashing spin at the Chinnaswamy. Give me a break. Like, it's not like he reinvented himself over the last...
Well, he didn't. I mean, he smashed Axar, and Axar was basically bowling into the pitch with no turn at all. He wasn't giving it any air. It was more like sort of almost medium pace.
Yeah.
Which he probably doesn't mind that. It was a leg spin. He couldn't get hold of anything, could he? That one has just played up towards long on again for another single. They're going to need to hit some boundaries sooner or later.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm looking at the equation of something like 60 of the last 8, I don't mind it.
No, that'd be fine. Yeah, absolutely. But that would mean what they've got to get another 55 off the next 5, really.
Yeah.
Hazelwood in. And again, Axar just punches it through the offside. They're going to run out to the man in the deep.
Yeah, I think someone like Hazelwood's going to be a difficult guy to get away. I mean, he's so accurate. He can take pace off the ball.
Do you think this is a strategy? Do you think they're just going to bowl him 4 through?
Good question. I don't know. I mean,
because he's out of power play now, isn't he? And if he gets his line and length right, and they're not really scoring any runs, they've lost 3 overs. He's a good man to strangle shit.
Yep.
I would probably be tempted. He's in a rhythm, as long as he's not getting hit. Because at some point they're going to have to take a chance, man. I mean, they're quite a long way behind now. Well, that one's gone up in the air, but it's gone straight behind the keeper, and it's gone for 6 runs.
How was that? Gone for 6?
I think it's the top edge, really.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Top edge down the leg side?
Yeah. It's one of these. You feel really sore as a bowler when that happens, surely.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sweep, isn't it, really? Off a quick bowler, and it's...
it was the top edge, really.
It's top edge.
It's not far from where you wanted to put it anyways.
No.
It's actually probably more effective when you... But it's gone so far back into the ground. That's what's amazing about it.
It's got the pace on and the direction it's going, isn't it?
Oh.
How did that not bowl him? How did
you not get anything on it?
I think it was a slower ball, a little bit of a cutter, and Cal Rahul played a horrible shot across the line, got himself into terrible position, and somehow it missed the stumps. It's gone through to the keeper anyway. It's a dot ball.
Could have got an edge as well, couldn't he? But he's got away with it. I think both he and Hazelwood were thinking, how did that not bowl him or me? Anyway.
We've got the Aladdins dancing.
They only have one dance step. I've realized this whenever I've watched RCB play. The cheerleaders are dancing. They only have one routine, which is very weird. If you pay to dance multiple times throughout the game, and you only have one routine.
I know.
A bit boring for them, yeah.
Well,
look at them.
At least this year they seem to be in a little bit of rhythm. There was one year where they were all just completely out of sync, and it's like, what the fuck are you lot doing?
I think they should do a full ballet.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Bit Swan Lake.
Graham
Swan Lake.
Well, see, Ash is going to continue. Went for 3 overs in his first over. He's bowling at Axar over the wicket. Oh, that's a good ball. It's another googly, but to the left-hander it goes away from him, and Axar just sort of prods. He's anywhere near it.
Didn't have a clue, did he?
No, not
really.
Didn't
have a clue about that.
Gets good action on the ball.
He does, doesn't he? Mind you, he's His wrist was well over. You would have
Yeah.
thought that AXA might have been able to read that one, but
You'd have thought they'd assume, wouldn't they? Yeah, exactly that. Maybe they haven't seen a lot of him themselves. He's very short. Oh, he's hit that in the air, but he's hit it over the top of extra cover. It's gone out to the boundary. It's
Get
gonna be
there,
4
Tim
runs.
David. Get there.
Well, he's not going to. That's 56 for 3. That was a good shot.
Do you know what? I do want Delhi to win this game, just so that Tim David doesn't get to tap his badge again in front of the crowd.
are you generally an RCB fan then?
I'm a
you're a
diehard Mumbai fan.
I keep forgetting.
Well,
as long as he can lift it over the extra, that's a good shot.
Suresh.
Oh, no.
Top
No.
edge. Oh, he's got away with it, Axar. He's gone for a big Evo. Massive top edge. Gone down towards third man. It's just hauled up in front of the boundary by Booby, I think.
Yep.
And a comeback for 2.
Yeah, a bit unlucky on the for the bowler that as well.
Yeah.
So I've had a couple of escapes in the last over or two.
That he has.
Is the atmosphere at the Chinnaswamy Stadium the best at the IPL?
It actually is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, Paul. It actually is. But that's because all of these supporters they support a losing franchise, which is very weird.
Have they ever won? They haven't won.
They haven't won.
they
There's-
haven't.
As I said, they're the Spurs off.
Oh, well, there you go. Axar Patel's just spammed one down to Abby's favourite man, Tim David, down at long off, who's just stood there, caught it nonchalantly, and the wicket goes, and Suresh gets a wicket.
Oh, look at him smiling there.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
58 for 4 there. Still
I
need
think-
106 off 68.
I think that might have been quite good captaincy. I think they pushed the long off wider there, because when he hit that, I thought that's a pretty good shot, based on what
It was
we've
quite a
seen
good
before.
shot, nicely timed, just straight at the man.
But I think he's gone a little bit wider, and it ends up being a comfortable one. So he has gone.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
Well, there you go. That really makes things difficult. Still need 106. 68 now. 4 wickets down.
Tristan Stubbs.
Oh, it looks like it's timeout.
Time out.
Timeout.
Please play with a little bit of sensibility. Please, just win this game.
No, that doesn't happen, does it? We got a jingle for the timeout.
Yeah, we do.
Where's that
Marketing 2.
under? Marketing 2. Timeout jingle.
Number 14.
Ooh.
14.
14. This one. Oh, yeah.
We'd like to teach the world to ka-ching with massive regularity. Grow money trees with subscriptions, please. Super chats everywhere. We'd like to teach the world to ka-ching. Shower codes galore. All the Patreons keep us going on to keep the gorillas strong.
Items available may change at Gorilla Cricket's discretion.
Well, that's true. They may well do.
We've only had a couple of super chats today. We've only raised £3.31. I mean, that's not going to keep us going.
No.
Forever.
Well, we are when we're moving.
Yeah.
We are moving.
We are moving.
We're
I
not
mean,
here for much longer.
Think about the moving costs. Just think about the moving costs. What are the moving costs, Bear?
I was trying to figure it out the other day. It all depends on how we're going to move. I think I'm going to have to hire a man and a van, which is going to be about 300 quid.
300 quid. Well, we need another 297 quid before the end of this game.
from all of you thousands of people watching us online.
Yeah, we can see that there's absolutely, probably millions of you out there listening to this absolutely fascinating match. But then again, maybe not. Super chats, come on, super chat. Let us. We love playing the super chat jingles. Your voice will go to the top of the tweets immediately. It's a hard thing to say though, that your tweet will go to the top of the tweets when there are no tweets.
Yes, they're not even tweets.
We're not really selling it very well, are we?
They're tubes.
They're tubes. I don't. Yeah, but everything's a tweet now, isn't it?
No,
in my view,
tweets don't exist anymore, Hendo.
I'm sorry.
You're so old school.
I can't. So old school. I can't change. I'm an old man, and change is not good for me. Yeah. Well, you got to say RCB big favourites now, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see what the bookies say. Actually, yeah, let me entertain you with what the bookies say as we're about to come back and actually have some action, I presume. Tesla are down for the day. That's good news. Odds. It's still quite even. So Delhi at 13-10 and RCB at 13-8 on.
Yeah, I think RCB will be big favourites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to need a special innings, isn't it? I think. Whether that's going to be the man coming in now or whether that's going to be KL Rahul. Rahul, it's been a bit of a mixed bag from him so far, I would say. Anyway, we're back with action. Tristan Stubbs at the wicket.
Well, yeah. And he's going to face up to our leggy.
Yeah, the run rate up to 9.3 now required.
Just get me a win at the end of the day. Help me feel a little bit better.
So yeah, she comes in. It's outside the off stump and it's just pushed into the offside by Tristan Stubbs. And that is just the one run. Stubbs immediately gets himself off the mark.
Seems quite low for Stubbs to be batting, isn't it? I thought
he's a bit of a finisher.
He's a bit of a floater.
Yeah, a bit of a floater.
I've seen him bat, hasn't he? I've seen him open, I think.
Didn't he open? Yeah, didn't he open in the ODIs?
Oh, Kohli Cam, here we go. Kohli Cam, of course.
Of course, Kohli Cam.
Kohli, who, well, they'd have got 200 if he hadn't run out of Phil Salt.
Of course, I'm looking forward to the Test series this summer. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a blinder, isn't it?
It could be quick.
You reckon? It all depends whether Jasper's back, isn't it? Clipped into the leg side.
Here's the
it'll be a
update about Jasprit Bumrah. BCCI expect him to play 3 tests at least.
3 tests?
Yes.
What, in the summer?
Yeah, in the summer against England.
Well, so you don't expect him to be back for the beginning of the series?
He's fit now. He's playing for Mumbai.
Okay.
Again, with Bumrah, it's all about workload management, isn't it? So the last that I heard was they expect him to play 3 matches against England at least.
Okay.
I imagine he won't play those matches that are back to back. He might miss out on 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like. The problem is, will he be captain again?
No, it'll be Rohit. Captain.
Rohit?
Yeah, Rohit.
He hasn't retired from Test cricket?
No, he hasn't.
Fuck that. He should be out, man.
You don't think I feel the same way? And I support India.
Yeah. Rohit's struggling at Test matches, man.
Got to change
in my
the bowling.
ODI should be his only format as of now. I think they bring in Sai Sudarshan. They should bring Sai Sudarshan in the Test squad.
Oh right, okay. He got big runs the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Krunal's in.
And yeah, it's just into the pads of Rahul, who just works into leg side. Single.
If Krunal Pandya directed a Star Wars movie, would it be any good?
That's the question everyone's asking.
Well, absolutely.
Great strike rate that Tristan Stubbs has got there, 172 in his IPL career.
Wow.
So he's a man that could get them over the line.
Krunal Pandya bowls. Just worked into the leg side. They got 1. They're thinking about 2. They're coming back for 2. They're not coming back for 2. Good bit of fielding.
Yeah, that really was. Who
got
was
round
that?
quick. Livingston. Well, at least he can do something.
He slid there, and I mean, he got up so quickly to throw, didn't he? That was amazing. Really excellent
He
piece of
got
work.
4 runs, didn't he? Smashed a 4, got out.
That was horrible.
It was horrible. But then RCB were pretty horrible in the middle.
Yeah, hasn't been asked to bowl yet.
Might well do. If the pace off is a good thing to do. KL Rahul tries to give himself room outside leg stump. Krunal follows him. He plays it out to the man on the boundary at cover, and they get another single.
No, just going to try and bring it down under 100 shortly. It's Sai Sudarshan. Is that the guy? That's the guy we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's on 273 runs from 5 innings. Nicholas Puran is topping the leaderboard with the orange cap. He's had a couple of really quick innings in this tournament already. Puran.
Giving it a little bit of air, but again, play from the crease by Stubbs out towards long off. Get himself a single once more.
Yep, just the singles from the first 4 balls of this
we're
over.
going to change it in this over.
We
What's
are.
going on? Hendo, you're going to do some ball by ball.
It goes very quickly, doesn't it?
It does. Nick's going to come back in and Will's going to come back.
Good stuff. I think that was it was us three at the beginning of this.
I believe so.
Innings, slightly different roles for us.
That's another decent ball by Krunel. Just played in the offside by Rahul, and he'll get a single.
I mean, it is vitally important that even if you're not scoring big runs, you are picking up runs, and so far a single every ball. What you don't want is 3-dot balls and singles, and then you've only got 3 runs and over, rather than, as they might get here, 6 or more.
Yeah. Didn't anyone enter the GPL today? It's Worthing's leg side. 1 entry.
Who was it? Oh, Minsk Boo 69. Excellent.
Yeah.
What was his predictions?
It was a single for last ball of the over. 392, 393, 394, 395, 396. 164 would be. Was only.
No chance.
No chance. Not even in the game. Right, we're going to have a switcheroo. Will's going to be back, and Hendo is going to take you through, and Nick is going to be back as well. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Bear, Nick and Abby will be bringing you home in 5 overs time, but for the time being, let's see if Delhi Capitals can make a fist of this chase. They need another 98 off 60. Current run rate is 6.6, but they need over 9 now. It's risen up and 4 wickets down.
How have they managed to fuck this up?
Well, bad shot making, I would have to say, Will. I mean, 3 of them went exactly the same way.
I'm swiftly sort of coming to the conclusion that everyone's shit.
Onto the back foot goes Stubbs and cracks it straight to extra cover. Siyosh. How do you pronounce this name? Suyash?
Yeah, Suyash, something like that.
Suyash is bowling his third over, 1 for 11. Quick through the air, googlies and a bit of leg spin. Unorthodox but effective. This one's too short and too wide, and it's crashed by Stubbs. Only going to bring him 1, I think, because whoever it was out there was round extremely quickly. That is Krunel, isn't it? I think 67 for 4. So although I was talking about singles, you still have to keep the singles going even if you're not getting the big shots away. They do need 1 or 2 big shots now. Raoul's made 29 from 25. Mixed bag from him. Hasn't looked in brilliant form, but it's a couple of slightly lucky escapes. And he's facing up now to Suyash, who is in bowls too wide, and he leaves that alone. I think it was.
That was wide, wasn't it?
A good move by the batsman, and I think he's a little unlucky not to get that wide. The umpire says no.
I think they're going to go for the review here. No, maybe not.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No?
Don't know.
I think I'd have gone with that.
Well,
but I am blind, so.
As am I, Will. I liked it too, but I think it's possibly right over the line.
Yeah, just about. I think possibly a good decision. He goes back to this one, but he can't do anything with it. It hurries on, and he tries to force, but just hits it into the ground and back to the bowlers. It's just a single from the first 4 balls of this over. Brilliant work from Suyash Sharma, who has bowled an average of 95.8 Ks. What are you trying to show me? I see. Yes, we've got one of them. Over 10 now required. Goes back to this one. Can get it no further than backward point. There is no run. Kohli is there with his cam on the shoulder. So a single from 5 balls. This is not what they wanted. Men out at deep square, deep mid, long on, long off, and deep point. Those are the 5 men out that are allowed outside the 30-yard circle at this stage. Raoul faces up again. Final ball of the over. Given some width, cuts it, but straight at Kohli. Kohli grabs hold of it and is in position to throw almost immediately. So just a single, brilliant over from Suyash. 11 bowled, 67 for 4. And I do believe we've got one of these.
Super chat cash, super chat cash, super chat cash.
And it's Minsk and Boo saying, had to say RIP GPL. It rolls over like the Euro Millions and it keeps on growing. And I don't know quite where we were in these. Stephen saying Bear needs to drink more anyway to compensate for the sobriety of his cubs. Have we had that, Hendo?
No, about that. We're probably down to Sagnik.
Sagnik saying Dhoni back as CSK captain with Gaikwad out. Now the real IPL begins. Kieran saying, I'm here, boys. Any cricket happening? Well, there is a bit of cricket happening, and I think we still might have a game on here.
Krunel in. Oh, out comes the reverse sweep. Is he got it away past the man at short third? Yeah, first reverse sweep I think we've seen today, to be honest, or certainly that I've seen, and it's gone away for 4. Tristan Stubbs is the man who has achieved it.
Now my innings going, great guns, I hit the ball, 4 runs, I hit the ball and it went for 4 runs.
They're very aware of that. They've got 2 men behind square. In fact, Kohli at backward point has gone a little bit further round to try and guard against that shot, but this is played in much more orthodox fashion up to long off, and Stubbs takes the single. Well, they needed a boundary. They need more than a boundary. They need they need a really good over, don't they, Nick?
They do. They need a big over, Hendo, but I reckon if they can get it down to sort of 60 off the last 5, they'll fancy their chances.
Well, if they've got wickets in hand, perhaps.
Yeah, if they don't lose another wicket. I really like the guy coming in next, Ashutosh Sharma. I think he's making a name for himself as one of the best finishers in India. So we'll see. That I probably cursed him for a duck now.
Well, I did manage to curse Porrell earlier, didn't I? Gone for the big sweep. That's a good one from Rahul. He's really got a hold of it. He's thrashed that deep into the crowd over deep square leg. That really is an excellent stroke.
And if you kids can't listen, and you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
Well, it's got the makings of big over. 11 from the first 3 balls. He's really got hold of that as Rahul.
Yes, well into the stands, isn't it? And RCB maybe a little bit short of bowling at the back end. They got 1 from Bhuvi, 2 from Hazelwood, 1 from Suyash, and then they got a couple to find from Dayal, Krunal.
This is pushed past the bowler up towards long off. They'll take a single. 79 for 4.
And maybe we might see 1 from Livy.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I mean, that could go either way, couldn't it?
That could be the big over they're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 right-handers, though. He could bowl his leggies. In again, goes back Stubbs, and this time he plays straight to extra cover, so there'll be no run this time round. Now we look... my goodness. The screen has been cut into 4 quarters, and we were seeing that shot from 4 different angles at the same time. But it didn't stay on the screen long enough for us to sort of take it in. Krunel in, final ball of the over. Easy single. It was angled in at his pads. It was worked up to long on. And that is the end of the over. 80 for 4. 12 gone. 84 required off 48 deliveries. Nick.
And we've got nothing going on the socials, so we can fill this gap with some of our idle banter.
Well...
do you want to hear about my X-Men?
Go on, Will. I've been waiting for this for at least 15 overs.
Okay, so do you have a prior knowledge of disability sort of social theory?
Not really.
No, neither do I.
Okay, so there's the medical model of disability, which is basically you go to the doctors, you fix, and you must be changed to fit into society, and you fit into society. Then there's the social model, which is basically society should make changes for you, like put ramps in, don't be a twat, don't burn people in like wheelchairs or whatever. And basically, if you look at Professor X and Magneto, Professor X is the medical model trying to fit in with society. Magneto, social model, rebelling.
Well, so I mean, I'm not a big X-Men fan, so I'm probably completely bemused by that. But we do have, I'll come back to you, Will. We do have Livingston into the attack. We did just mention him. He's bowling his leg breaks. And did they get a run off that ball?
They did. It's got to get a sneaker single there.
That was really badly explained.
No, I think you explained it pretty concisely, considering you had about 30 seconds, Will. I can see it.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know who these characters are. I have seen X-Men, but one of them. But this is pulled, well hit by Rahul, and you got to say this could be costly over. It's gone for 4 through mid-wicket. Too short. Yeah, if he doesn't get it right, it just sticks there, stands up. The man of Rahul's ability can more or less pick his spot. That really was a half-tracker, wasn't it?
Bit of shite.
To put it bluntly. And again, he gives that one air, but Rahul has come down to meet it. He's lofted it straight. It's over the black sight screen, and it's one of these. So really putting the afterburners on is Rahul. I mean, he will have seen a bit of Livingston, won't he?
Yeah. And I've backed Delhi for the win, and I'm starting to like it a little bit more. I'm the eternal optimist. What do you think, Endo? Where's your money?
Well, my money 2 or 3 overs ago was definitely on RCB, but this is a good little spell for Delhi. And we were talking about they'd fancy 60 off the last 8, or certainly Abby was saying that.
Yeah.
And I said, well, they need to get 55 in the next 5, and they're not that far behind it. They've probably got 40 of those. They're 91 for 4 now, halfway through the 13th over. Short again, not short of the previous ball, again hoisted into the leg side. David runs around at long on, they'll just take 1. So 12 runs off the over, and the previous over went for, I think it was 13. 72 off 44, wickets in hand now. And just don't want to do anything silly. Rahul's got 47 of those from 34 deliveries. And there's a certain amount of tension in the Bengaluru crowd. This is a very good ball from Livingston, which had Stubbs reaching for a little bit, reaching for it outside the off stump, but he did get an outside edge to it and manages to come through for the single. But that was a good ball. You know, I look at Livingston and I just think maybe he just concentrate on his bowling, and if he could really work on his bowling, he could be a good leg break bowler. It's just that, you know, he does. Oh, that's a horrible ball. That's a full toss. Oh, now just for a moment I thought that Rahul may have put that into the hands of the man at deep backward square, but it's one bounce, and they get through for 1. End of the over. 94 for 4. Nick?
It was almost a bit of shit gets wickets, but we seem to have a game on. It's not connecting with the Gorilla Cricket masses because you can see a tumbleweed rolling past. It's silence out there. So if you're with us, we'd love another super chat to help Bear get all our shit over to Lewisham.
Yeah, and remember, of course, you might have to pay for the Bears orthopaedic surgeon after he's managed to get all the equipment down the stairs here, and that doesn't come cheap, so that's something to bear in mind. 94 for 4. Sorry, Will.
I was just going to say, I think Livingston is that kind of, you know, in club cricket when you have those kind of bowlers that are so shit that they don't know what's coming out their hand, so it kind of makes them good. Kind of
there is.
level.
I suppose there is that. I a little disagree with you a little bit. I have to say, I think there is something there with Livingston. No,
there's definitely something there, but that's the only way that my brain can kind of compute him, because it's like I don't understand him at all. Like I don't understand his action and what he's trying to do, but he's definitely really good.
Well, as I say, I think he maybe should. His batting's been so poor. So poor. It's just not. It lacks intelligence a lot of the time, you have to say, in my opinion. Dial is back into the attack, way outside off stump, and it's lifted up and over backward point, but there is a man on the boundary. Rahul moves to 49, 95 for 4. I'm not sure pace on is the right way to go now at this stage, although I suppose they've got to get through a certain number of overs with these guys.
I think they've only got one more from Suyash, but I guess we'll see a couple more from Krunal before the innings is done.
Andy Flower is chatting away, the coach of RCB. I wonder what he thinks. 7 overs remaining, 69 required. 7 overs minus 1 ball, that is. Dial left arm over the wicket, bowls to Stubbs. Stubbs will work that into the onside. They'll take a single up to long on.
And we've got Kevin Peterson in the dugout for Delhi, so the Flower-Peterson feud is resumed after a few years of
that's interesting. That kind of makes me want RCB, really, on that basis.
Imagine having KP as your mentor. Well, I think he's a batting coach, but either way, I mean, yeah, it does make you feel a bit sick, doesn't it?
God, I hate that man.
Dial in again. He's gone for a drive. He's lifted it up in the air. It's going to drop between the infield and the outfield. And he's going to pick up a single. That will be Raoul's 50. It wasn't the most sumptuous shot with which to go to that milestone, but it is the milestone, and we will recognise it here.
50 runs, your 50 runs. Well done, well done, well done, well done. 50 runs, your 50 runs. The job is only just begun.
Dial in again, bowls. They're going to get a single. It wasn't a bad ball at all. It was hovering outside, off stump just. And it was a good enough length. Stubbs couldn't really free the arms, but he gets that one. So singles from the first 4 balls of this over. So this is better from RCB. However, 2 balls to go. Only takes 1 boundary to spoil the over, doesn't it, really?
It does indeed. But I like it from Delhi. They're taking it deep, keeping wickets in hand. And yeah, I back them to get a few if they're required off the last 5.
Well, certainly if they can keep these 2 out there. Raoul 50 off 37. It's not been a fluent innings, but actually you look at that and you say 50 off 37. I mean, it's the highest score of the match.
Yeah, in the context of the game, it's a pretty good knock.
It is. It is. So just 2 runs
shy. Still yammering on.
Dials in, and this one is chopped, but Kohli is swiftly around there at backward point. He loves being in that position. He keeps him in the game, and he loves to be in the game. He loves to be noticed. That's a dot ball.
I don't really know why they persist with these coaches' interviews during the match, because they obviously don't want to be doing it. No one really wants to be listening to it. And then when anything happens, they're like, sorry, mate, we've got to go.
I hate all of that. I think it's an absolute intrusion. Let them play the game. Talk to them afterwards. It's as simple as that.
It's the Americanization of sport, because they do it in the NFL or whatever.
Dale in, he tries to pull that, he's got hold of it. Has he got enough to get it through to the boundary? No, he hasn't. Livingston comes round, and they end up settling just for the 1, I think. Raoul will keep the strike. 99 for 4 from 14, 65 required off 36. Nick.
And we're still silent on the socials. If anybody's out there, give us a sign. Even better, give us a super chat to stop Bears back from breaking under the weight of crumbling under the weight of all the studio shit that we've got to move down the road imminently. And a little twist in events here, Hendo.
Yeah, well, Abby did say this. There is rain. There is rain. We just saw a few of the ground staff grabbing the cover. I wasn't sure they were just moving it, but now we're looking into the floodlights, and with the floodlights that lights up the sky a little bit. We can see
it's coming down a bit.
There is precipitation of a sort out there. So what they will do about this, I'm not sure. They're staying out there for the time being by the looks of it. So maybe it looks worse than it is.
It sometimes does, but even on that screen we can see it a bit. The ground staff are at the ready.
They certainly are. They certainly are.
And they're well behind DLS.
Ooh. Well, RCB will be itching to get off here.
I think so.
Well, Raoul is going to face up to Hazelwood back into the attack. Right arm over the wicket. This is a contest of 2 fine players, and Raoul comes out on top with the first ball, which he pulls with some power and timing out to the deep square leg boundaries. Gone all the way for 4 runs.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to bowl the leg cutter there, but maybe just stuck in the hand a little bit. It was too short.
Yeah, it can't be easy out there with a bit of dew and now rain coming down.
Yeah, that might be it. Maybe a little bit of liquid on the ball. Short outside the off stump. Raoul's beginning to flourish. He plays that beautifully. Cut away behind square. 4 more, and he's on a roll.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
He's come across his crease quite well there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Raoul, he's giving himself a chance to get the ball that's a little bit wider outside off stump now.
Do you reckon he's got one eye on the DLS score here?
Oh, yes, good point. Now, the umpire was having a strong word, it seemed, with Raoul there, and I'm not sure what that was all about. Everyone's got their pieces of paper out, presumably which have got the DLS scores on them. So they need a big over and they get ahead. Hazelwood in bowls, and he tries to pull one that's not that short, but he's going to get one up to long off. He might get a second to long on, actually. They do run very well indeed. And Raoul is playing a fabulous innings here, really, in the context of the game.
Yeah.
Very aware, very intelligent. And,
I think Hazelwood's actually doing a really decent job, considering he's had to switch into death bowling like halfway through his over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I honestly think that death bowling is harder than opening.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, it is, though. I suppose they're both hard, really. But yeah, well, you haven't got the you haven't got any sort of shine on the ball at that point. That's another cutter from Hazelwood, and it was eased out pretty well wristily by a roll to the backward point boundary. Another brilliant piece of fielding by Livingston. Spectacular stuff. But he couldn't prevent the 253 this partnership worth off 36 balls. It could be enough to win Delhi this game of two teams setting the pace in this year's IPL. He's got 8, 9, 10, 12 runs off the first 4 balls. Not easy to do against a man of Hazelwood's quality. Maybe we look at it and think, should Hazelwood have opened the bowling? They left him until I think it was the 6th over when he bowled his first 2 overs. Come back now. He's in, it's short, it's pulled again, he's found the gap once more. That's poor from Hazelwood, I have to say, as poor as I've seen him. And that has been picked off. Raoul is running away with this. 115 for 4, 49 required off 31, 6 wickets in hand. 1 ball remaining in this over. Hazelwood, he's been too short, hasn't he?
Too short on the whole, and huge over from KL Rahul. Batted really nicely and just well, I think he's nudged them ahead on DLS and shifted the momentum here.
Yeah, very much so. I think he's got it wrong here, Hazelwood. He's put the ball into the pitch and it hasn't really worked. He's given himself room. It was a straight full ball, but Raoul is seeing it like the proverbial football, and he has lifted that over long off for one of these. Oh, that was a massive over. That really could be the one that has changed the outcome of this game, I have to say. That's a lot of runs off that over from Hazelwood in the end.
Yeah, 22 of them, a huge over. And we saw there the danger that comes with the Yorker. You get it slightly short and it's in that half volley slot. And we're due for a change.
We are due for a change. Bear's going to take over on ball by ball. Nick is on the socials and staying on the socials. And Abby's coming in to summarise. It's goodbye from him. It's goodbye from me, that is.
And I am still with you on the easiest social stint I've ever done, because there seems to be no one out there. If anybody's out there, give us a shout, give us a sign. Oh,
I'm going to just go straight on socials and talk to you.
Yeah, please do, Will, because I need a bit of company here. Although I'm always complaining about doing the socials, having one eye on my phone and one eye on the screen and no eyes on my bets. But yeah, I'd be happy for your company.
We all have to have an eye on our bets, you know.
Don't we, Baron? I'm feeling increasingly pleased with my bets on Delhi.
No, well, I've been betting unders on the wickets. I've got 2, lost 2.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
But would we say Delhi very firm favourites now?
You'd have to say so, wouldn't you? We could change everything. 5 overs left, though. What do they need? They need...
I think it's somewhere in the 40s, 43.
43. Yeah, 43.
Seems to go back to spin. Yeah, I mean, that was a poor over from Hazelwood. They were 8 runs short of DLS, and by the end of it, they were, 12 ahead?
Yeah.
Which is pretty poor.
And he got tonked about by Hardick at the back end the other night.
That's a terrible lot.
Yeah, Suash is in first ball of this over. Gets played out to long on. And there is a single.
I reckon that rain that's come down is making life pretty difficult for these bowlers.
Yeah.
It seems to have stopped, but they certainly haven't come off, have they? I thought they were literally going to try and get ahead on DLS and then they were going to call them off.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In one of those classic little bit of a fix moments.
I almost got my prediction correct.
Yeah.
It rained off. I didn't even expect... I had no look at the weather, by the way. I just said it because I just felt like saying it.
It's not rainy season, is it?
Yeah, definitely. It's approaching summer now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, peak summer.
No, I was going to say, that one is played off the back foot, out to covers, and there is no run. Ooh, what we're doing to change this picture a bit, don't we? Not that anyone's... Is anyone watching us on YouTube? Well, there's a few people out there just keeping quiet.
Silent viewers.
Silent viewers listening to the...
Yeah, pull that. Get there, Tim David. Oh, he does, actually.
Yeah.
No, that's not Tim David, is that? That's Livingston, I think.
Out long, yeah, they're both out there. One's at long on, one's at deep mid Whittaker, I think, and that's gone down to long on for a single.
Who was it? David and Salt the other night pulled off a great little relay catch. Did you guys see that?
Don't remind me. Do not remind me of that.
The only time I see the IPL is when I come in.
When you're forced, Bear.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've got our thriller.
Well, it could be close, indeed. They could end up running away.
That's
with
4.
It. That is 4.
Yeah.
Great shot. Tristan Stubbs this time forces it through the offside. There's a man at point. It goes down to...
It's the moisture that's helping
cover.
the Delhi batters.
Yeah, probably. It's 4 runs. Always harder to bowl when the ball is wet.
Yeah, and it's... I think it was obviously sticking into the pitch early on. Now because it has rained a little bit, it's obviously going to skid on and come onto the bat easier, as it usually does at the Chinnaswamy, much to Delhi's delight.
Indeed.
I don't know why he's exasperated there. Mate, you had no chance of saving that. I was always going to go for 4. And he's gone for...
Oh, that's been hit high and long enough. And that's another 6. They're going to... Well, this could end up being a bear game because they might finish it really quickly. They're certainly they only need 31 of 25. This game is done.
Yeah, start leaving, please. All the RCB fans.
You silly man. This has been a cracker.
It's been a decent game up to it. Yeah, but I mean, if they end up winning really easily, I mean, I guess.
It's had a bit of everything, though.
No, it's the IPL Thursday curse. Every time we tune in to watch a match, turns out to be a pretty one-sided affair. I think Delhi's going to win this easily.
Yeah, they should do now from here. I mean,
it looks like it now.
Yeah, go on then. Have his big swing. Oh.
No, he doesn't. Played up too long off, and there will be just the 1 run. And that over's gone for 13, so they're certainly up the pace in the last 3 overs since the rain was threatened.
And we've got ourselves a gorilla timeout. And we're back rolling on the socials. Top Man Will is giving me some company. And Double Top Man, he says he's buying my book for his birthday. That is very kind of you indeed, Will. I would sign it when you come up to Gorilla Studios, although the unsigned ones are so rare, they're worth double.
Ooh.
And Minsk and Booze, Clip Corner is saying, still out here, greatly anticipating Gorilla's coverage of WTC, World Test Championship.
Yes, well, we got a bumper
summer.
Well, yeah, in Test series against India in England.
And
hoping it's going to be close. I'm a bit worried that India might be a bit off the boil after what happened in the Ashes last year. And they were peak India, I'd say 2 years ago. I'd say there's a few holes, and they're relying too much on Bumrah these days. They certainly had that chance, back end of the COVID pandemic, didn't they? If they'd have decided to stay here for the last test instead of fuck off to do the second half of the IPL, I reckon they'd have won that series 3-1. And they went off thinking they won the series, which was not true because it wasn't finished, and then ended up coming back and losing the last test, and we ended up getting a draw. So they still never haven't won a test series here for donkeys. And I think this year I put us as favourites this time.
I think the test series might end in a draw.
I reckon it's going to be really close.
No, I'm obviously wrong because it's It could. I mean,
well, it's a 5-test series. It can still end up in a draw. Obviously, if one test is a draw, don't often have test series draws these days. Hendo, come get your fucking pillow. I wonder why there was no room on his bloody seat.
Such is the nature of Test cricket. You have a 5-match Test series, clearly with the objective that you're not going to get any draws, and then you.
It's on the floor, mate.
But you think you might get one that's sort of rain ruined? Usually
Well, there's a good chance of that in England, isn't there?
Old Trafford, it's always fucking raining in Manchester.
Are they playing at Old Trafford, though?
Oh, they might not be.
Might not be. I think
they are. I think the third test. Not sure. Maybe I will look at that.
We'll see at timeout, so we might as well have a look.
Yeah, I think you've got to say that India's batting is still probably slightly ahead of England.
Do you? I don't think it is.
Maybe
now.
not in our conditions.
No, I think it's dropped off a bit. Rohit actually had a really good series last time, but
yeah,
I wouldn't trust him to get any runs.
That's the most surprising thing. The last time he was in England, he batted so well.
Well, he had a 2 or 3 years where he actually turned into a Test batsman.
And
he
suddenly dropped. And KL was decent too, no?
Yeah, yes. And then it wasn't that the Test series where Bumrah and Shami actually batted their socks off and won us the game?
Yeah, when they tried to bowl bouncers at them.
Yeah. That was the series. The one where we bowled you guys out pretty quickly. It was a comeback victory, so to say.
But do we think Shami's going to be fit enough to bowl? And so Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, Harshit Rana.
I think more Harshit Rana than...
First test is at Headingley, second one is Edgbaston, third is at Lords, fourth is at Old Trafford.
Okay, and finishing off at the Oval.
Yeah.
Who else have we got in that India attack? Prashid Krishna?
No, he's not going to make it.
No. NKR bowling a little bit.
Presumably Siraj.
Maybe I think Siraj might make a comeback. Who knows? There was some odd calls to bring back Bhuvneshwar Kumar into the Test format, and I'm just sitting here like
he's a good Test bowler, but the question is, will he get more than 2 tests before he breaks down?
No, the question is he
for a single?
The real question is he even good enough? Like I really don't. Look, he had his prime. He was really good. He got us some wickets. That's his career. Test cricket done. Actually,
well, he got injured for about 2 years, really, and then that was it, really.
I'm always surprised he never had more of a Test career than he did, because he swings the ball both ways.
Well, he would have done if he hadn't got injured, I think. He wasn't. He had stress fracture of the back, same as all of them, I think.
Yeah.
And then a problem with his elbow, maybe, and that's just played into the offside.
Well, they can afford to work singles now, can't they?
They can indeed. Will Shami make it into the Test squad?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he was a big miss at Australia. Yeah.
Well, this is it. You got to keep them all fit, and these days it's fucking hard to keep.
Yeah, you need a stable of them, don't you? Sort of 5 or 6 rather than 3.
Yeah. But for your big Test series, you want all your big guns ready, don't you? Really? I mean, you can kind of get away with against smaller nations if you've got 1 or 2 of the big guns and then a couple of fill-ins. But when you're playing the big boys, you really want a full battery of raring to go bowlers. I mean, how many England bowlers are bloody injured? And it's ridiculous. That one is slammed back past the bowler, and it's going to be 4 runs. That
get there.
And they require just 24 of 21 deliveries. We'll give that a jingle. I mean, what would England's bowling about with Gus Atkinson?
Cass is injured at the moment. Wood's out for the summer.
Really? What happened?
Elbow thing again, isn't it?
Who Wood?
Yeah,
it was that Champions Trophy injury. I'm not sure what it was.
That was.
I think it was a back, wasn't it? Or
I think it might have been ankle. Yeah, I think it was ankle.
Joff looks
played up too long on for a single.
You think Joffre might play a Test?
Or 2, maybe?
Yeah, it could. Well, I think we're going to see maybe Josh Tongue back.
Is he going to be back?
I think he took some wickets the other day, I believe.
Oh, so he's back. I quite liked him when he was in the side.
I thought he was good. I reckon... Who's the lad at Essex who can't stop taking wickets in the Championship? Sam Cook.
Yeah, he's never got a go, has he? But he might be quite handy in English conditions, you'd have thought. Nibbles it both ways. Not particularly quick, I understand. I've never really seen him. Played up towards mid-on, long on, and he'll get a single.
But I think he did decently for the Lions in Australia when they were there in the winter. So.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty quick, isn't he?
Sam Cook's not
mid-80s.
quick. He's mid-80s, but he nibbles it.
There's Sonny Baker, who's quick, the young lad.
Yes, that's who I was talking about. Who does he play for?
He plays for Hampshire. Just made his first-class debut last weekend.
He's pretty quick. I think he clocked at 140.
I think he's up pushing 150, and he's young.
So So he's about to break. That's driven
That's
back
4.
straight past the bowler. It's going to be another 4. Yep. Suddenly it's under a runner ball. This game is done.
Well and truly iced by the 17th.
Yeah, 18 off 18 required.
And we might have something on the socials. I've been slacking.
Oh.
Will is saying, Nick, can I have 2? Ha ha, top man, Will. You're endearing yourself to me more and more by the minute. And also, where makes you the most money? You can buy it straight off Amazon, Will. That's more than okay. It all works out to about 10p that comes to me and the rest goes to the publishers.
Yeah, the joys, huh?
The joys of authorship there.
It's a bit like being a musician on fucking Spotify and getting about 1p a play, isn't it?
Yeah, although I'm not going to start slagging them off on air because then I become truly unpublishable.
Well, that's true. That one on the right doesn't look like she's much interested in dancing anymore.
No, her team's won, so why would she want to be?
Yeah.
She would much rather be in the air-conditioned rooms.
Do you reckon they're RCB fans, Abby?
No.
I'm not sure they're too happy to be there.
Where do they come from? Because they don't look.
I think most of them are South African.
Oh right.
Oh really?
Yeah. Why do they? Why, surely you can get some decent Bollywood dancers. I mean, that's all quite groovy shit. That's played up towards.
It's funny you assume
a single.
Bollywood is watched by everyone in India. Bollywood is majorly it's Hindi cinema, so I don't speak Hindi. Like I speak Hindi, I speak it very well actually, but that's not my mother tongue. That's not my native language. So I'll watch. So we've got tons and tons of obviously cinema industries in India. So I'll watch movies of my language first. So like the Bollywood normally caters to the northern part of India.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and we are in Bengaluru, so not really, not much Bollywood.
Okay, played up towards long on as a single, but surely the dancing things in all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and therefore why don't they have Indian dances? Because it's actually quite intricate Indian dancing.
Yeah, no,
it looks quite good rather than
mean.
these stupid. To be honest, they're fucking useless. Half of them can't keep in rhythm with each other, and you know.
Yeah,
I guess it's maybe just eye candy. I don't know, but
yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. But they're really good. There are really good Indian dancers. I just don't know. Again, the American.
KL Rahul
6
has got enough. Did it go for 6 or was it 4?
That was 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
big
6.
one.
Okay, it wasn't huge, but I thought it might have been catchable if someone had been a square leg, but it wasn't.
Abby's got better eyes than us glasses wearers. I thought that as well.
I definitely need an eye test.
Me too, Bear. I keep getting fucking texts about it.
Oh, I haven't had an eye test for about since COVID. I haven't had any money for the last 2 years to buy glasses, so that's why. That's one of the things that when I sell this house, I'm just going
straight into the eye
straight to the opticians to get myself some new glasses.
It's one of those things I eternally put off. That and the dentist.
Oh, the reverse scoop. It was a slower ball and. Carroll set himself up. Can he get a ton here?
No, he can't.
Too late. He can't. 6 required, a 14 was on 90, I think. He gets himself another 4 though. This game has ended up being fairly easy victory.
There's not one word for me. I must have 2 or 3.
And to be fair, they dropped Carroll. It was a hard catch, but they had him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Very early on.
Yeah, and we
it
said
would have
at
been
the
about
time
30 for 4.
That might have been the turning point, and so it's proved.
It has indeed. He's a classy batsman. He's ended up getting his strike rate right up there.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? 87 off 18, was that
Off
89 or
52.
52?
87 or 52, so he's, up well above 150.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right. It's going to be done. It's gonna
awful.
It's going to be wide.
Awful. Oh, you shit house. Oh, no.
So they need 1 to win off 14 deliveries.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Or 5 actually. I think there should be a jingle for 5 runs because that was.
Yeah, well, exactly. We don't have. Well, I could play the wide jingle followed by the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I used to do, but I can't be asked with wide jingles anymore because there's too many of them.
No, I agree, Bear. Wide's a bit much. Doesn't need jingling, does it?
Doesn't need a jingle. No.
I mean, wide 4s. I mean.
But yeah, we could have a 5 jingle.
Yeah, well, no, this could be out. No, no. It's a replay. It's a replay. God damn it, I've been done. I've been Tony'd.
Done twice in one day, Bear.
Tony'd. It's terrible. 1, 6, 3 for 4. 1 run required. What are they doing? Why are they reviewing it?
I think they're reviewing the wide. And now
what's the fucking point of that? If it's not a wide, they still need 2 runs of 14 deliveries.
There, it's a damage limitation.
And
it's a wide.
And it's about a foot over his head.
It's about 2 foot over his
The
head.
later the game finishes, better for RCB in terms of the overs bowled. It depends,
Yeah, but
depends
we're
on how
talking-
much of a hit they take to the net run rate.
Yeah, but we're talking one ball here.
That's true. That's true. No, it's funny you say that. Mumbai Indians had to chase 195 and 14.3 overs in 2014, and Corey Anderson scored 95, and so the scores leveled at 14.3. This is to qualify for the playoffs, right? So the scores level at 14.3, and Mumbai had to score a boundary of the next ball. In comes Aditya Tari, scores a 6. Mumbai win the game, and they qualify for the playoffs. So that's how much it matters.
Well, yeah.
Obviously, that's in the grander scheme of things.
Exactly.
This is a stupid game.
Yeah, exactly. This is a fifth group game or something. To game 24. So how many teams on it? Is it the third or fourth game everyone's playing?
Yeah, Delhi's fourth, RCB's fifth, I believe.
Yeah. Well, they require 1 run.
Finish it, yeah!
6 off the last delivery. That's a great shot. It's pretty flat as well.
Celebrate now, Tim David. Celebrate. Tap that badge.
Yeah.
Tap that badge.
169 for 4.
Yes.
Great innings from KL Rahul. Ends up on what, 93?
Yeah, and he looks
of 53 deliveries.
Yeah,
he does look
that's your home ground. He's a local boy back home. Scores.
Well, I mean, that was a classy innings, you have to say.
Go on then. Yeah.
Ended up being quite an easy win, I suppose, in the end. I mean, at one point, they were well behind as well. Some poor bowling. I think it all started when there was a little bit of rain, and
that Hazelwood over
started
went
thing.
for
And
22.
that Hazelwood over went for a lot. Suddenly, RCB were ahead on net run DLS after 1 over.
But it just shows if you keep your cool and take it deep, how much you can catch up at the back end, right?
Yeah, go on then. Shake his hand to me. Yeah, what are you smiling for? You just lost.
Oh, well. Dirty win. And they must be very, very, very happy.
They stay unbeaten in the tournament.
Yeah.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
4 from 4.
Well, good for them, actually. So there's something called the Holy Trinity of teams. That's RCB, Delhi, and Punjab. They never win. They've never won the IPL.
Yeah.
So they are called the Holy Trinity. And out of those teams, I think I'm most aligned towards Delhi. If they do manage to win the IPL, I won't be sad. I'll actually be happy for them.
Yeah, it's a bit like me when Arsenal winning the Champions Trophy. A lot of people I know, I don't want Arsenal.
Oh, I
to win the
really
Champions
don't
League.
want Arsenal to win the
Really?
Champions League.
I don't mind.
I just can't stand their fans.
Well,
I
the
agree
funny
with
thing is,
that.
one of my good friends is an Arsenal fan, and he's never actually, he's never too
No,
bad.
you haven't seen the online fans. They're actually unbearable.
Well, they probably are, but a mate of mine's an Arsenal fan, and I'm quite happy to see him happy. They've had shit for the last 20 years, much like Liverpool fans.
But
and he's never bad towards me. When Liverpool do bad, he's never really takes the piss. We have a little dig at each other, but it's never hardcore.
I can't see him beating that PSG team. I
No,
think
I
if
don't
that's
think
the
so.
final,
yeah.
they get spanked 6-0.
Yeah. Well, although Arsenal very good defensively.
Do you know what? I think Burnley under Sean Dyche beat PSG.
Really?
Get that,
No.
Get that
They don't.
442 old deep block.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried deep block though. It didn't work.
Yeah, I mean Villa were on it last night, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop.
kick
To
'em
be
out.
fair, Villa always play, or rather, Unai Emery's teams always play with the open back line.
Yeah.
So to say, he can always occasionally pull out the D block as he did with Villarreal back, I don't know, a couple of years back. But
Yeah. Anyway,
again,
that's football. This is cricket.
Yeah, this is cricket.
This is cricket, and,
And this is the end.
We got a few more on the socials from Will, who's saying Sonny was at Somerset and is fucking great, but he's made of glass. Hampshire have got
right.
a gem, and Will is also a big fan of Sam Cooke. He's the best. Will fucking loves him. I haven't seen that much of Sam Cooke, but I'm looking forward to seeing more of him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what England's bowling. I can't even remember what it was at the end of last year. But it was Cass, wasn't it?
Cass, Atkinson,
There was
Wokes.
So he'll probably be back actually in England. Is he playing at the beginning of the season? Is he injured or is he back? Is he playing for Warwickshire?
I didn't see his name around, but that he might well have been.
Yeah, you have to wait and see. Yeah, it's a couple of months off anyway. But I'm looking forward to it. We'll be in our new studio.
And we'll be back next week
We will
with
be.
Sunrisers again for the third time in 4
Sunrisers
weeks.
Okay.
Against Abby's Mumbai
Yeah,
Indians.
we're gonna get the battle of the losers.
Well, we will see you then.
That's gonna be a fun one because I get very vehement while watching.
Yeah, that's good. That's what Gorilla's all about, Abby.
Well, there might not be good cricket, but there'll definitely be
hold
some
on.
emotion.
We play good cricket. We play quality cricket. We just lose. So
Well, we shall see. We are done for the day.
Yeah.
DC beat RCB by 6 wickets. Man of the match got to be KL Rahul. We won, presumes. We've had a bit of fun. Hope you have too. We'll be back in a week to do that game that we just told you. Until then, you lot have a lot of fun, and we'll see you then. Bye.
bye.
Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal,